On here so long, I forgot. Hey, listen, bro. I just want to have a dialogue with y'all, man. Hey, so somebody tell me what is the whole purpose of Israel, and what's the reason why a group of people was set apart in the earth, man?
Be the
Hmm.
priesthood.
But what do that entail? What is the
The
priesthood doing? Like, what going on?
the main thing is I saw this post earlier, and the person explained. She was saying God she said godless or Yah-less, like being without Yah is Yah's wrath. So basically, we're supposed to show people the ways of Yah and show them that without him, his absence, there's hell, basically. So it's like if you're not going according to his commandments and doing these things, you're gonna have health issues. You have a lot of drama in your life. You're gonna have a lot of problems that's gonna come out of nowhere. Basically, we call it karma or whatnot. But
Mm-hmm.
basically, what we are the light. We're here to enlighten people. You know what I mean? We're here to show them a better way of living, you know, and to show them that the theology and all this stuff that's going on in the all these theories and stuff like that. It's like, first off, you can't change anything outside of you.
Facts.
And the second thing, you gotta look within to change the things that's in your life for real.
Yeah, that's right. So guess what? With that being said, how do we get to that level of being that people? Because obviously we not that people right now. What we got to do?
It's simple as discipline. You gotta discipline yourself. You know, you gotta come to a understanding that, okay, if you see your life is going a certain way that you don't like it, or that you think that's how it's supposed to go, when that's really not how it's supposed to go, because you having turmoil and hell going on. It's like you gotta look at yourself in the mirror for real.
Yeah. So check this out. Scripturally speaking, you know what I'm saying? Because we supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, whole lawyers out here. And what I mean by lawyers, we supposed to be proficient in the law. The law, the law of that supposed to run and govern our society. Every doggone society on earth got their presidents and their kings and their laws and holidays. But what we supposed to be governed by is nothing but divine law. No king, no president. We govern by the creator and his messianic figures. You see what I'm saying? Now check this out. My boy Shakir got the red, gold, and green Ethiopia going on bite there. Wagwan. Hey, so check this out, man. I want to bring this to y'all attention, bro. Hey, right now I'm finna hit up before we get into the Torah in the Tanakh. Somebody, first of all, tell me what the Tanakh is. What do that is? What is that?
For the prophets and the writings.
Right, the prophets and the writings. It's a
The
abbreviation.
Torah,
T.
the
Yeah,
Torah, Naavim,
yeah.
Ketuvim.
Right. The Torah, the Navim, and the Ketuvim. Basically, the Pentateuch, the law, the prophets, and the doggone writings. Now check this out. Go to Isaiah 8 real quick, y'all. I'm finna line something up real quick. And then after I line it up, I want to eventually get into what, you know what I'm saying, the good brother Zion Lex been going hard about lately, bro. Y'all should know where I'm going to. Let me get that verse 20. Somebody read that real quick. Matter of fact, hey, hold on. Start me off at hey, start at verse 15, man. Can't lie.
Many among them shall stumble and fall and be broken, and be snared and be taken. Bind up the testimony, seal the law among my disciples.
So guess what,
Now,
y'all? Real quick, the Torah, the law, our instruction is coded, bro. It's sealed up. Every time the law come out, it got to be an interpretation among it. Because writing anything written down is ambiguous. You know what I'm saying? Written things are ambiguous and you need an interpreter. Every time in Israel we got in trouble, we ain't get in trouble because we ain't read the Torah or we ain't knew the Torah. We got in trouble because we ain't listened to the prophets. It come by the mouth of the prophets. Now check this out. He say, bind up, seal up the law among my disciples or discipline followers. Now go ahead, Nick Burr.
I will wait upon the Lord that hideth his face from the house of Jacob, and I will look for him. Behold, I and the children whom the Lord have given me are for signs and for wonders in Israel, from the Lord of hosts, which dwelleth in Mount Zion. And when they shall say unto you, seek unto them that have familiar spirits, and unto wizards that peep and that mutter, should not a people seek unto their God for the
All right.
living to be dead?
All right. So guess what? Y'all already know that ain't no secret. And that's what's going on. Like right now, all these people on this spiritual new age wave, you see what I'm saying? They the ones seeking familiar spirits. They the ones talking about their ancestors did. They talking about this and talking about that. But it really ain't standing on nothing. It's like catching at a shadow in your dream, bro. But check this out. This the money. This what I want to hit on. Now pay attention, right? Watch this, verse 20.
To the law and the testimony. If they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them.
All right, check this out. It said to the law, the Torah, and the testimony. And that testimony is the same testimony written in the Navim and the Ketuvim, which is what? What is that?
The
Anybody?
Just
Messiah.
said it.
I just said it. The Navim mean the prophets.
The
Mm-hmm.
teachers
The
and the what
Ketuvim
they call
is the writings. So basically, something like Psalms, you know what I'm saying? The historical writings, Ketuvim, these are the writings, these are the poetic things as well. But the prophets, you know what I'm saying? Which Psalms is a prophetical book as well. But you got, Nehemiah, Jeremiah, Ezra, all these prophets, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, if somebody ain't speaking according to the law and the prophets, there ain't no light in them. Y'all remember that is the basis to our whole culture. Politically, sophistically, like I use that word wrong. But check this out. Our whole culture is supposed to be a very sophisticated culture, and we using divine law to govern us. Y'all see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So get what? So everything that when I first got on here, I asked y'all what is the role of Israel? That is the role of Israel. All the glory go back to the Most High for that though. It ain't for our glorification at all, but it's for all the nations of the earth to be like, man, this is a wise and understanding people. We follow this template so that we can reestablish the Adamic civilization. Now, somebody tell me what I mean by the Adamic civilization. What that mean?
Basically, where everything was in order by the law.
Living in harmony with the earth.
Right. But when I say Adamic civilization, I'm referring to humankind. Because we all are sons of Adam.
Mm-hmm.
Aleph, Dalet, and Mem. Adam. We are the Adamic civilization. Everything outside of any other humans, reptilians, or whatever you want to say, they not the Adamic civilization. But what happened is, bro, all of the fallen angels in these ancient aliens that came to Adamic civilization and was like, yeah, we the gods, we the wise men. They the ones that became celebrities in now times, and they implementing an artificial world, bad doctrine. We eating from the wrong tree. We eating from the knowledge, the tree of knowledge of good and evil, which is false knowledge, artificial intelligence. This is the things that we subservient to in the world right now. You know what I'm saying? Down to the core of it. What we got to do is become the purified or pure Adamic civilization, as in the Genesis. Get back to the Genesis idea. You see what I'm saying? Bereshit. All right. Now check this out. Everything I just said, the role of Israel is to bring the Adamic civilization back to Bereshit. If y'all was paying attention to the context of what I was saying, what do Bereshit mean?
Oh, the words of the prophets.
The Genesis, the beginning.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. The Genesis. The reason why I'm repeating my words, I want y'all, you know what I'm saying, for the one that take notes, take note of the words that I'm saying, because listen, etymology is very heavy. Somebody tell me what etymology means.
The origin and history of the word.
We need etymology. Right. Every word that you say out your mouth, it got a history and an origin to it. Sometimes we speak words and sometimes we don't know words, and things go over our head because of this lack of knowledge. That's why I'm kind of being very heavy on linguistics. You see what I'm saying? We say we're Hebrew people, but we don't speak Hebrew. Why is that? Shakir, speak on that. Why don't we? Why we been so bamboozled in our congregations to think that we don't need the language that our Torah was written in? You know what I'm saying? Only reason I called you out. Go ahead.
You can hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was saying that's the indoctrination. Basically, our people has just been caught up in this Babylonian society, and we have to acknowledge that a part of it is our fault, from breaking a covenant with the Most High from our ancestors, and now we're in a place where it's like the religiousness of how we were able to get back in tune with scriptures, unfortunately, has cut us off from was already taken from us from the beginning, which was our language, our history, our heritage. And now we feel like, not us, but speaking generally, we feel like it's not necessary at times because we can read it in English, but we're missing the context of it when we don't know it in the original language. If I'm not mistaken, there's some scripture that says, and help me out. There's
the
some
prologue
of
Sirach.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
It says that in the original language, in the Hebraic language, that's the best to understand the scriptures. I'm just paraphrasing, but help me out exactly what is that? Can we bring that up?
Yeah. So that prologue. Go ahead. Whoever said.
No, I'm saying you referring to when they say things spoken in other than Hebrew don't hold the same power. That's what you referring to?
Yeah, King. What chapter and verse is that?
I just know
That was in the prologue, the very first chapter of Sirach.
I gotta find that real quick.
Yeah. It's before we even say first chapter. It's just the beginning. Now, let me tell y'all about Sirach. Sirach was written by a dude named Shimon ben Sirah. Now, this the other thing, man. The other piece of history that we missing out here, and we got to disconnect, we don't realize that even after 70 AD, we had a lot of sages, a lot of rabbis. We had a lot of notable men in Israel that looked like us, that were very high, prestigious scholars. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about after 70 AD, because for some reason in Israel right now, our minds cut off in 70 AD when we started fleeing into Africa. But we don't know that when we fled into Africa, we took all of our prestigiousness, our knowledge, and we took it to places like Tunisia, Algeria, Morocco, and we became the Moors. I don't know if I'm speaking over anybody's head right now, but what I'm saying is, bro, we got a lot of history that we've been missing out on in these congregations, man. Now, the other day on Instagram, I posted a picture of a black man who was a Moor. I asked the people whether he was a Moor, or Israelite, or Muslim. Now, what going on is in the 8th, 9th, and 10th century, we was in a golden era, in the medieval slick era, in the land of Africa, where we had this prestigious knowledge, but it was being mixed in with the Arabic speaking people, the Aramaic speaking people, and the Hebrew speaking people. That's when, guess what? We end up going to Spain with that same knowledge. And I had mentioned this dude named Sa'adil Al-Fayoumi. The reason why I mentioned him, because we be missing out on history like this. Now, Shakir know what I'm finna say in regards to oral tradition. Because guess what? During our history in these countries, after we fled out of Jerusalem, we had this prestigious knowledge, but it will pass down through oral traditions and commentaries on the Torah. Like I said earlier, we just read how the Torah was sealed up, and you need interpreters for the Torah. The Most High said out of in the mouth of his prophets. So what that mean is, bro, we need to. Yeah, what's good with y'all, Gwendolyn Yanni? We need the interpretation of the wise men, bro. Because reading Torah alone ain't gonna get it. They call that Karaite Jews. Karaite Jews were the Sadducees in that time. And the Sadducees, they fell short because they didn't fully know the deepness of it, because they was reading the Torah from their own perspective. They think that if I read the Torah, that I take it face value. But if every man read the Torah and took it face value, you would have so many doctrines out here like you do now. What had to go on is when Israel get established and we see eye to eye, like Isaiah 52 is, say, we got to make sure that everybody is ecod and on one accord. And they're going to come by way of the oral tradition and teaching, of what our Torah is detailing. Now, I say all of that, and I don't want to. I want to slow it down because I don't know if I'm speaking over anybody's head. You know what I'm saying, at all, and I'm trying not to do that. I want to. I'm saying, so let me bring it back to ground level. Y'all remember we read Isaiah chapter 8, verse 20, right?
Mm-hmm.
If y'all remember, what did Isaiah chapter 8, verse 20 just say?
It said something about the law and the light, right? I'm paraphrasing.
Right.
You ain't speaking of the law
To
and
the
the
law
testimony.
and to the front. Right. If they go ahead, finish it off.
You ain't speaking on those two things, ain't no light in you.
Exactly. So earlier, I just mentioned how every nation in society got their laws, their holidays, their presidents. But what happened is the Most High set apart a people to be the perfect society, to show everybody else how humankind is ideal, aka the Bereshith idea. And we don't know how heavy that is until you start paying attention what's going on around us. How many of y'all know that soon we walk out our door every day we at war? Somebody tell me how. Even sitting in your house, you at war. You at an involuntary war. Tell me how.
Man, don't get me started. Man, you in the house, you got the Wi-Fi, you got the microwaves, you got the toaster ovens, child, you got the water, the ceiling fans, the artificial air, the artificial light, you got all that stuff. Walk outside, boom, cell phone towers, all the honking of the horns, all the noise pollution, this smoke in the air, all this stuff is crazy.
Right. So this why Torah is a lifelong study. Yeah, right. Go ahead, y'all, sir.
No,
You
me
say
and
air
Bree,
freshener?
yeah, we had these automated air freshener sprayers in every room of the house. And I think, I don't know if it was you or Terry, one of y'all told me, man, look at the back of the can, and I know it was Terry. You don't call me AJ. But I read the back of it and it said it was propane in there. So I said, dang, so I'm just spraying propane all through my house.
Ooh.
And what's crazy, this would confirmed it for me. You know, I got a burn pad for my trash. Every time one of them air freshener cans in there, it sounds a grenade went off. It'll
Well,
blow up every time. And that was spraying like every 30 minutes in our house, in every single room.
Man. So guess
Yo,
what?
you know what's better than that, man? Having some natural frankincense and myrrh oil burning. You
Right.
know, it
And guess
smells
what?
so good, man.
That's
Even
that's
Hey,
even natural incense that are like healthy incense. You know, you gotta probably buy the Japanese ones. Those are better than those air fresheners, man. Because those things are so toxic. And just think of the kids. Like, I just be thinking about the kids. I'm like, nah, I can't do this to my daughter. I gotta make sure the air, you know, is clean. Stuff like
oh,
that.
oh yeah, I definitely agree. We actually found frankincense and myrrh scented candles.
Mhm.
yeah.
Not
So
candles,
get what? Yeah.
incense. Bree had to tell me incense.
So get what? The reason why I wanted to see what y'all know in regards to the biochemical warfare that we got going on, not to mention the neurological and the psychological warfare, but just these small detailed things, bro. This is the fall of the Adamic civilization. And without the Bereshith or the Genesis idea, we can't get back to that. The way we gonna get back to that is through the Torah. But right now, y'all, guess what? We in captivity. So what we supposed to be doing in captivity, man? Before any of this awakening happened, what's supposed to be going on?
Turning back.
Right? Let me get that Second Chronicles 7:14 real quick. Time has a way of flying. Second Chronicles 7.
I was gonna say, yo, don't even forget about the wicked ass people, man, that influence us to think negatively. Like, what we gotta do, we gotta renew our minds first
Right.
before anything else. Before you try to do things physically, you gotta change things mentally or spiritually in your mind. Make different choices. You know, uh, but these wicked people that's influencing us, like even your circle around you. You don't got a proper circle, you know, that could be such a bad influence on your life. I think it said in Psalms 1 is talk about blessed are those that don't walk in the counsel of the wicked.
Right. Yeah. Psalm 1.
Just as bad as the air is from the chemtrails and the water is from the fluoride, it's just as toxic to have a wicked circle around you. It's better to be alone. You know, even though you're not lonely, you got the Most High with you. You got the Ruach HaKodesh.
And
So
see, that's
switch up, you know, small circle, yo, and make sure it's a righteous one.
That's the epitome of what it means to be Kodesh, right? Set apart.
Okay.
Sanctified. Yeah. All right. So check this out. With that being said, like Shakir said, man, it's starting with the renewing of your mind. It start mentally. Anything you do in life, bro, before I even put my foot on the gas, bro, I had to think it first. And way how your neurons work in your brain, they like grapes. They fire off like a domino effect. And then it lead to the actual action. So what's going on there? We finna read Second Chronicles 7:14. Then we're gonna go. I'm gonna show y'all something in this GBT by Ben Ami. Once we realize the situation that we in, then we got to start thinking why we in this situation. Why are we capitulating and subservient to these wicked people who really want to dehumanize us and desensitize us? Who really putting all these killings in front of our faces on the online? We watching it, so it don't mean nothing when we see a nigga die. Who really doggone very intentional about desensitizing us, dehumanizing us, tearing our endocrine system down. Who going to to the far means to make us less human. All right. So then when they over bombard our brains and our minds, they gonna offer us a solution of artificial intelligence. Once the artificial intelligence be your solution and you feel like you're oppressed by that and you got to have it, man. All right. This is exactly what the Most High trying to tear against. Then things gonna start to fall and destruction around you. See, they think they clever, they wise to do evil, bro. But wise to do good, they don't know. They wise to come up with some kind of scheme to outthink the Most High with their artificial world, but to do good, which is the Bereshit Genesis way, they don't know how to do it. Now read 2 Chronicles 7:14, somebody.
If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land.
Look at that step-by-step process, man. Let go. Step 1. Humble yourself. If you say you call by his Shemkah, his name, what do that mean? You representing him well. Or you say you represent him, so you need to not take his name in vain. Because if you don't do any of this and you saying you represent yo hey why hey, you then violating the 3rd commandment, taking his name in vain. So for step 1, you humble yourself. Step 2, you pray, you make your supplication, right? Step 3, with your action, you seeking his face. Look at that. And step 4, all it is leading to you turning from your wicked ways. Then, and only then, will the Most High hear from the Shemaim and forgive your sin and will heal your land. Now check this out, bro. The Torah be giving us step-by-step. Well, this the Tanakh be giving us step-by-step guidelines of what we do when we're in captivity. We just saw the main first thing you're going to do is humble yourself. Why you doing that? Why? Because you realize the reason why we over here ain't because of the white man, ain't because of Edom, ain't because of Gentiles. It's because of something we did. Whenever we break the laws, whatever we don't live by the law and the testimony, our system become able to be penetrated, basically. And so when them borders and barriers become so weak, any nation can come up and take you because you ain't standing on nothing strong. You ain't standing on the creator. We got the most powerful force behind us. Ain't no nation, ain't no politician standing up. This how you know Israel ain't been identified yet. Ain't no nation or politician stood up and represented the Most High thus far. What they do? They turn around and say, well, I can't speak about religion or ideology or God because of being what's the word they use? Trying to tiptoe around in politics. You don't bring up politics. You know how people teach you don't bring up politics or God at work. But this the mindset, right? People ain't being governed by God. Ain't now politician really standing up on the Torah or by the Most High. That's how you know Israel ain't really been established in the earth yet. Them people that's over there in Jerusalem now, you know what I'm saying? The Sephardic and Ashkenazi Jews, they ain't Israel because they ain't being that representative people like that. They do the same thing America do. They gonna stand on the podium and talk all their politics, but not tying their politics in with divine law. Now check this out.
May I add something?
Go ahead.
You know, something that came to mind is like, you know, they're able to enjoy
You in the matrix.
instead of and be so intentional about placing these systems. Oh really? Okay, I'm not it later. Never mind. Sorry.
Type it in there.
Okay, I'm driving right now. I'll talk about it later.
Okay. So y'all already know the other place that's in Kings. What is that? 1 King or 2 King, chapter 8? I would go there, but for the sake of time, bro, yeah, that was 1 King chapter 8. I want to go there for the second time, but 1 King chapter 8, verse 47, all the way down to the end of it, basically gonna show you exactly what we need to do in the Atlanta captivity to get back in favor with the Creator, man. All right. With that being said, I want to show y'all something in this book by Ben Ami because it's a lot I wanted to cover tonight, but I'm kind of short on time because I need to begin my tail bite the Union Spring. Now check this out real quick. Good thing tomorrow's Shabbat, man. I mean, well, today's Shabbat. That way I can cover this. All right, now check this out. This from the words of Ben Ami, right? Hold on. We got to make sure that our walk with the Most High, it ain't just by you identifying with a religion. It's because the Most High is a businessman, man. He prestigious. Everything is about contracts. Everything about making your word bond with the Most High. Y'all notice that?
Mm-hmm.
If your word is bond, you know what I'm saying? You in representation of what the Most High is because he a prestigious businessman. This is
That's
what
so
our
crazy.
laws is. It's nothing but a big contract. It's a ketubah. Marriage.
Hey, think about it. When people think of contracts with anything, they normally associate it with hospitality. Every time you think of like a contract, they normally associate it with him.
You're right.
For real, for real. But yeah,
But
go
that
ahead,
ain't
bro.
but that ain't the big contract, man. Ashatan learned that from the spirit realm, period. The spirit realm don't play, period. That's why, you know what I'm saying, we trying to break demonic contracts too in our bloodline. But the Most High is the one who really ushered that in for all of the spirit realm, because he the big business man.
I agree. I'm just saying, like, you never really hear people talk about contracts when it come to the creator.
That's interesting. You're right. Was you finna say something 12:30?
No.
Hey, big old peace, Carlo.
It's
What good with
it's
you? Nah.
weird that
Go ahead.
people don't think about coming to the Most High with confidence. That's how Israel was established to begin with. We made a covenant. That's a contract. Covenants and contract. That's synonymous. That's one and the same. You know. So
Yeah.
you feel me? Like when we come into the Most High, we are making a covenant with Him that we gonna keep His law, statutes, and commandments. We gonna keep our faith in Messiah. We gonna be a priest. We gonna come back into being a priesthood, a nation. Earlier, when you said like, what is the purpose of Israel? That scripture came to my mind. That's why I shared it in the chat. It was Exodus 19:5-6.
Right. And I was gonna hit that. Yeah.
Okay, us being a priesthood, a holy nation. That's our purpose as Israel. We have to return back into being a holy people. You know, and that's an everyday thing, starting with the renewing of your mind and staying holding fast to that contract or that covenant that we made with the Most High. Not just today, but even the contract that the covenant that our ancestors made, we have to still hold, or how do I say it? We have to make atonement for that, for them
Yeah.
breaking it. We got to make atonement for the contract that they made, and
Right.
it's on
Leviticus
us.
26.
Yeah.
Yo, that's on us, bro.
Mm-hmm. And the
We got a lot
reason
of weight
why,
on our shoulders, man. Like, but I'm glad to see a lot of people here because I'm not carrying that weight by myself. You feel me? Like,
Mm-hmm. And that's the reason. That's one reason our people are in the situation they're in now, because they don't know that there's a contract or an agreement that has been made before they were born. And that's the reason why our people are in the situation that we're in right now, because they don't know. You know, they're ignorant to the fact that you have to be held at a higher standard. And that's the reason why we're the tail and not the head, beneath and not above. You know, cursed in the field, cursed in the city, instead of being blessed in the city, blessed in the field.
Yes, sir.
No
So
cap. I didn't say what you were finna say. Oh, shalom, y'all. I was just saying that the reason why we held accountable for that also because our forefathers said all that we say and do, it be on us and our children forever. Like, so we held accountable whether we like it or not because they words. But yeah.
May I say something? I don't know if can you hear me now?
Yeah. Speak on.
Okay. I was gonna say, the reason I know before we were talking about, why they're able to be so intentional about separating us from how we're actually supposed to be living. And then we were talking about how to really get right with Yah. So once we make sure that we are in a right heart posture, that we're repenting, and that, he's actually hearing us, we also have to know what to ask of him. Like, he knows exactly what we need, but when you're in a relationship with anyone, it's good to make those things known. So, for example, like, the government and all these things, like, they have resources, like, they have money, like, that is also a big thing. Like, they have generational type money to keep us in Babylon, So when we make sure, after we make sure we're right, after we make sure we're expressing how we're repenting, expressing our gratitude, and putting away our flesh each day, we also have to and when we make sure we're seeking him, we also have to make sure we're just asking for resources too, asking him to reveal to us how we
what?
can.
Can I second that?
What I'm saying, that
Can
where
I
the wilderness come in, right?
Hello?
Real quick, piggybacking off what you said, we have to understand that the wealth of the wicked is stored up for us. Those who are doing
I was just finna say it. Yeah, go ahead.
those who are doing righteous is stored up for us. So if you're being obedient to his word and you're seeking him daily and you're praying and seeking his will, then that is your inheritance. Your inheritance is, even though they got this generational wealth, their wealth is stored up for us.
Ooh.
So that it'll prosper us, because we know where our source come from. And you have to recite that to the Most High. You have to remind him of that, because he knows what you need, but you got to know what his word says and his promises. Right. You got to recite those promises. Father, you said this in your word: the wealth of wickedness is stored up for my righteousness. Father, I'm the head and not the tail. I'm blessed coming in, blessed going out. What is that one? The one I say, just about reminding him that, this is for me. You will supply all my needs according to your riches and glory.
See, look,
I got a question.
Go ahead. Real quick, I'm gonna say that before you get your question on, Doodoo. Hey, just so y'all know, whatever happened in Egypt, we coming out of Egypt again, it's gonna happen again. Y'all remember Egypt had all the money on back then. They was the wealth of the world in that time, in the 14th century BCE. When we came about that thing, we had all the wealth of Mitzrayim with us. We came out with great sustenance, bro. You know what I'm saying? So boom, this prophetically speaking, this gonna happen again. This is what the UCC code is. Universal. Oh Lord, it escaped my brain. Uniform Commercial Code. This is what the UCC code is in the politics of the world of International Maritime Admiralty Law, stating that when Israel is reestablished, that all of the wealth that the Vatican, the Romans, the crown, all of the wealth that they sitting on, they got to return it back to Israel. But go ahead, Bob.
Like piggybacking off what 1230 said. I know how I want to ask it, but I don't know how I want to ask it. If he all knowing and everything, why we gotta remind him of those things? You know what I'm saying? But if I mean, okay, we gotta
Confidence.
be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Confidence. Can I
It ain't.
give an analogy real quick?
Go ahead.
All right, so everybody, well, say for instance, right? He is our father, right?
right,
And we're his children, right?
right,
So, for instance, at the age of 16, the average 16-year-old, if they had, a wealthy father or whatnot, that father's like, hey, when you turn 16, I'm gonna get you a vehicle as long as you get your permit or your license, right?
right.
All right. You go and take your driver's ed test, right? You pass,
Mm.
you get everything straight on the driver's ed, you get your permit, you bring it back to your dad. Hey, daddy, remember you said whenever I get my permit, you're gonna get me a car. So by that being said, you already got the permit, which is you already being obedient to the word. You already doing everything he told you to do. You're eating accordingly to what he's told you to do. Your actions are showing everything that you're doing according to his word. You remind him that he said, if you do this, I'll do this for you. So you gotta
It ain't
know,
like he forgot. It's about
right.
initiative and acknowledgement, though. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? All right, check this out. If you doing all that, you gonna stand out anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't gonna be like no such thing like, hey, you remember when you said that? You know what I'm saying? Because if you doing all that and keeping everything how you supposed to, he gonna notice that because you gonna stand out. You gonna be what we say all the time, ye separate.
Yeah, of course, you can do all that stuff. Like I said, you're doing everything. But if you don't say nothing about the car, then he not gonna get you the car because you didn't remind him of the car.
So what I'm saying is this: I shouldn't have to remind him of the car. If okay, put it like this: I shouldn't have to remind him of what I'm doing because he all knowing, he all seeing. You know what I'm saying? So I shouldn't have to remind him. I ain't saying it boldly. I just don't
Mm-hmm.
understand when people say,
You
"Oh,
don't
he
understand.
all seeing and all knowing." Okay,
I
why
feel you.
he God, he the creator.
It's not a
I'm a human
forgetful
being,
reminder.
bro.
Let me
It's
touch
not a
on that though.
reminder of forgetfulness. Go ahead, Yasa and our dear Matt. Let's see what's going on.
Like what that remind me of is after the flood when the Most High put the bow in the sky. He said he did that to remind himself that he wasn't gonna flood it. It was another covenant. So 1230 basically saying you gotta look at that the same way.
Sign, a signet, a sign.
Mhm.
Go ahead, Yasa.
Hey, and look, Doodoo, a contract is a contract. Every contract that I've been in, when I had a landscaping company, lawsuit, whatever, both parties had to keep their end of the bargain. So the most
Yeah,
high put
I feel it. But
keep
what
our
I'm saying is, if you came to the contract with me, right, and you told me in 7 years you work for me, when that 7 year come, you free. So when those 7 years up, I gotta come back to you and say, hey, could I just leave after those 7 years, or I gotta come back to you and remind you of what you said? You started the contract. So
No. No. See, get what? I'm gonna say this now. When it come down to the contract of Israel, we wasn't coerced into it at all.
no,
We the
I'm
one
not
said, you
saying
know what
that.
I'm saying? I know
What
what
I'm
you
saying,
saying, but I'm prepping up for what I'm finna say. That whole time, the reason why we in captivity, right? If it without acknowledging saying like why we here and letting the Most High know, oh yeah, we ready now in this time. Then shoot, for example, if we was in timeout, if we was legit and we was in timeout, sometimes you might gotta be like, hey man, I learned my lesson.
Right.
So your parent can evaluate the situation.
Mm.
If you don't
but
say nothing, how he gonna know when they evaluate you? Unless you ready. It's about us. That would it come down to.
Yep. Just like what we just read in Second Chronicles.
all right.
Come on, Bob. Hold on.
Nigga duty. Yo,
I'm
you know
sorry,
what I would
Bob.
say
I'm
to
sorry.
that? Salakia.
Full
Go ahead.
circle.
So look at it like this, bro. It's about communication, bro. Simple as that. You gotta communicate.
Relationship.
You gotta talk to the Father, regardless if he know everything or not, bro. Closed mouths don't get fed, bro.
Yep.
Mhm.
If you don't declare that to the Most High, he not really trying to like. It's not about you trying to remind him of anything. He already know what you gonna say before you even think about saying it. That's why
what
he
I'm
even
saying,
chose you
bro.
to say what you gotta say. But
My
the
point
point
right
is
there, bro. That's what
exactly.
I'm
But
saying.
besides that point, because that's far. You gotta understand. That's our understanding that's past our own understanding. Like the Most High, He knows everything. He's at all places at all times. But and He's all powerful. But at the same time, He's requiring you to uh
Step
put in
initiative.
the work. He's requiring
Right.
you to reach out to Him verbally, uh, through prayer, through your works. So he wants you to remind him of what he already knows, but he want to make sure that you know what he knows. He want to make
Hallelujah.
sure that you are telling him, or you are in knowing of his promises.
Right on the money. They're right on the money.
So it's like we could be out here. He said my children are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, right? And if we don't know that we gotta keep the Lord, statute, commandments, and he knows, but we don't know, bro, you're still gonna be destroyed. So it's like you gotta make sure that you know what his promises are, because then you're gonna be over here like, damn, like I ain't got it, you know. Even though, but the Most High promised you all these things. But if you don't know that he promised you it, it's kind of, you have a lack of faith, you have a lack of hope. You almost like hopeless, you purposeless. You don't know the Father. But he's, you know, he is. It's more or less about us. You know, regardless, it's not. You don't got to put your focus on. He know all these things, so why do I got to remind him that he promised me all this stuff? No, you don't have to remind him, but he wanna. It's how he reminds you, and at the same time, it's how we communicate with him. You know what I'm saying? It's like they said, we are children to the Most High, and children are gonna remind their father. We could look at the scriptures many a times when the prophets, Moses, he reminded the father, he said, look, remember the promise that you made me? he was about to destroy these niggas. He said, nah, bro, you promised you wasn't going to do that. And then father was like, yeah, you're right. You feel me, bro? Like, it's communication. That's what rules the nation. You know what I'm saying? If we don't get in tune with the Most High is telling us and remember his promises, we are ignorant. And we can't be an ignorant priesthood. We gotta study to show ourselves approved, bro, and hold fast to his promises. Like the Most High holds fast to us as his children.
Man,
You want to know
I feel that.
that part made it worse for do the ball, did it?
No, because I got another question. All right, so we supposed to remember him in everything we do, right? And we do, right? Everything that we do, he say, remember my law, statutes, and commandments. Remember me. All right. My law, statutes, and commandments. He ain't gotta come to us and say, hey, you remember my law, statutes, commandments. We know it. We know what we supposed to be doing.
Do we?
Some of us do. When you come to the truth, once you come to the truth, bro, you know what you're supposed to be doing. Ain't no ifs and buts about it. He ain't gotta come to you and be like, hey, you remember what you're supposed to be doing.
That is a bold-faced lie.
We
Man,
finna read it. We finna read
No,
it.
man.
We
Hey,
finna read it. We finna go to Deuteronomy 4, 5, and 6.
hey, let me say one thing to you, dude.
Go ahead.
No matter what you know, the Most High still want to know that we need him. I just want him.
No,
Like,
I ain't talking about like I know I need him and I want to get closer to him, but what I'm saying, like how people portray the Most High, he all knowing and everything like that. Bro, we as humans, I gotta come to you and be like, hey, you remember this? That's just like saying if put it like this. If this say for instance, you say you're gonna do something for somebody. You know what you said you were gonna do. Then at the same time, we know scripture say a man is only as good as his what? His word. He only as good as his word. So if I tell you I'm gonna do something, or I'm gonna remember this, your birthday coming up, or something major coming up, and it come and go by, how you gonna feel?
No, ain't
I'm
nothing go
supposed
by
to
though.
remember this, bro. Like I'm
Ain't
saying,
the
I'm supposed to
promise of the
remember
Most
this.
High. The promises of the Most High ain't gone by yet, but everything is contingent on what we do. See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It
I
still
feel
go
that.
back to us being contingent on us. Ain't like the promises went away or nothing like that.
No, I'm just saying. I ain't saying it going away. What I'm saying is,
Yeah.
I gotta remind the Creator the beginning and the end for a promise He made. I'm a human, bro. I don't even compare to Him.
You reminding yourself, Slick. So we finna read Deuteronomy chapter 4, and we gonna like do our scrupulous study behind that. You know what I'm saying?
Are we gonna touch on like Exodus 18 or 16?
Exodus 19. Yeah, we gonna hit on
19.
Exodus 19 as well. But let me walk through Deuteronomy 4. Actually, no, let's go to Exodus 19 now, because it's gonna be quicker to do Exodus 19. Go to Exodus 19.
Hold on, let me get there. Oh, okay, y'all good. Go ahead.
Hey, so look, let's pick that thing up at verse 4. Now, look, before we get into Exodus 19, anybody off y'all knowledge, do y'all remember what's going on in Exodus 19? What is this leading up to? And Shalom, Yashamar.
They're finna get the commandments.
Yeah. This is our national day. The same way America had their little 4th of July bombs bursting in the air. This our bombs bursting in the air right now. The thunders, the lightnings, and the trumpet sound. Let's do it. Start at verse 4.
You have seen what I did unto the Egyptians, and how I bear you up on eagle's wings and brought you unto myself. Now therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine.
All right, stop real quick. Now, Israel, when we wake up to the truth, we love to hear that. Man, we a peculiar people, man. We a treasure by all the earth. No, you ain't. Let me tell you why. Go back to verse 5 where it say, now therefore, if. That 2-letter word, if, man. If is contingent on something. What you finna say, Doodle?
Oh, I ain't saying nothing, bro. Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. So look, Exodus 19, verse 5, he say, now therefore, if you will obey my voice. So first thing we gotta do, right? Obey his voice, right? And keep his covenant, keep his contract. Remember, the Most High is a prestigious businessman. Keep his contract. Then and only then shall we be a peculiar people. That means up until that point, if we ain't did none of that, we ain't no peculiar people. No peculiar treasure above all the people. And then they say, for all the earth is his. So get what? We dealing with the Aleph and the Tav, the Ancient of Days, Melech Haolam, the Creator. This is who governed our nation of people. This right now, what we read in Exodus 19 is the birth of a nation. So everything in our culture ain't nothing religious about it. This all nationhood, being nationalism. This is our culture. That's it. We just being governed by divine laws. And I'm gonna expound on divine laws when if I get to the book tonight. But verse 6 real quick.
Go ahead. Do it. Figure it out.
Yeah, I have to change the settings in.
You said verse 6?
Somebody.
Yashama, you said something?
No, it sounded like they was at work or something.
Okay. Hey, verse 6 then. So wait, before we hit verse 6, y'all remember verse 5, we peculiar people until we obey his voice, his covenant, man. So let's do it. Verse 6.
Ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel.
All right, stop. Let's slow that thing down. You shall be unto me a makuta ha kohanim, a kingdom of priests. Like everybody in Israel is priests. We're priesthood people. Who are we a priesthood people to? Somebody tell me.
The nations.
Right.
So y'all,
So what we doing right now, we've been in servitude on the ass end of the stick. But we supposed to still be in servitude, but in another form. You know what I'm saying? Your most precious leaders are servants, are the best servants. We supposed to be servants in a different light, man. Not servants on the ass end, but these are curses that we endure. Servants in another light. We supposed to still be servants though. Cause that's what a priest is. A priest serve the people around them. They minister interpretations and healings. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to be healing people. We supposed to be a wise and understanding people. What we about to read in Deuteronomy 4. So we supposed to be a makuta hashim hakohanim, a kingdom of priests. What else to say? In a holy nation, a Kodesh nation. What do it mean to be Kodesh, man?
Set apart.
Say what?
Set apart.
So we supposed to be different from all of the other nations. Every other nation, they govern by their presidents and kings or whatever. They principalities. We govern by divine law, man. And that's what he said. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. All right, boom. And Shemaiah was an interpreter. Shemaiah was a petitioner. This why, you know what I'm saying, Yahshua, this is what Yahshua, the Mashiach is. He like another coming of Shemaiah or Moses. He a petitioner. Just like Moses was able to stop the Most High and be like, hey, if you do this to these people, man, block me out. Feel me? This was Moses attempting to be that atonement. But anyway, that's another story. So far, y'all picking up what I'm putting down. We talking about nationhood. Y'all see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Boom. Now let's look at the light that we supposed to be in. Hey, hit that Deuteronomy chapter 4 real quick. And we're going to take our time going through that thing real quick. Deuteronomy chapter 4. We finna see what we supposed to be. Because there's a lot of Israelites out here. They know they Israel. And they swear with pride. The same way Jonah wore with pride. Jonah was supposed to went to doggone Nineveh. This boy hopped on a ship going to Tarshish trying to dodge the smoke that he was supposed to been dead. And guess what? Nigga got the nerve to be on the ship. When they get to rocking, they say, boy, who you is? He say, I'm a Hebrew. He stood up. I'm a Hebrew. Head poked out and everything. Same way we be. We be out there in the midst of doing all kind of devilment and still, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. Come to Allah.
That's right. What?
Whole time ain't never did. That's right. Ain't never did the mission you were supposed to been did. So hop your black tail off of that ship. Yeah, you're gonna get swallowed up by the whale and go into captivity until you get spit out and realize you probably went and did something else. Y'all picking up the double fold meaning of what the Jonah and the whale bed is talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. That's why he got swallowed by a fish, man. All right, now check this out. We got to stop wearing that Hebrew Israelite junk on our sleeve, bro. Very prideful. Right now, we supposed to be in meekness and humility anyway, because we on punishment.
Right.
What? How many, man, I imagine, boy, if I put my jit in punishment and timeout and could enjoying it, I feel like, boy, that's ineffective. Bro, you finna go into a deeper punishment. So get what? Until we find that type meekness and humility, bro, we gonna always be in this little oppression and capitulation we in. All right? So now we finna realize the role of Israel. We know we Israelites. All the Israelites know they Israelites, but they don't know why they Israelites. They don't know all day long. Salvation is for the Israelites. Huh. You deny your whole job just by saying that. Long term, long run, salvation is for everybody who want to join on to this covenant. We trying to reestablish the Adamic civilization. We trying to reestablish what it means to be human. Hu as in light and man as in matter. A light being matter. You feel me? let me stop talking though. We finna get into the Torah, Deuteronomy chapter 4. We can start that thing off at man, start it off at the top, man.
Now therefore hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and unto the judgments which I teach you, for to do them, that ye may live and go and possess the land which Yahuwah your Elohim of your fathers giveth you.
Stop real quick. I don't want to be long-winded, but check this out. Y'all do know that the land is alive, y'all. Especially the land of Jerusalem, Israel. It's alive. And Negroes can't be there saying you a covenant people because the land gonna spit you out, man. It gonna spit you. It spit us out, bro. Now check this out. That's why I said when y'all got about the land, enjoy her Shabbats, enjoy her Sabbath. Because y'all don't know the relationship between the creator and mankind. All right, boom. So this coming back. We're gonna bring it back to the point of dehumanization. So the relationship between the Most High, mankind, the land and Israel is a poly relationship. But anyway, check this out. If we ain't doing right, we coming about that thing. But anyway, look, verse 2.
You shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall ye diminish aught from it, that ye may keep the commandments of Yahuwah your Elohim, which I command you. Your eyes have seen what Yahuwah did because of Baal Peor, for all the men that follow Baal Peor, Yahuwah the Elohim hath destroyed them from among you. But ye that did cleave unto Yahuwah your Elohim are alive, every one of you, this day.
All right, boom. Now we finna get into the money, man, real quick. This is what the purpose of Yashrael is, and this is what we trying to do. Right now, we dehumanize. We trying to bring us back into humanity, true humanity, by way of the Genesis idea, aka Bereshith. Now go ahead, verse 5.
Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as Yahuwah my Elohim commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it.
Who is speaking? Who is speaking right there? And who he is speaking to? Right. This Shemaiah is speaking. Deuteronomy is a book, basically the last speech that Shemaiah, aka Moses, did for the people. And he's speaking to Israel. So boom, go ahead.
Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes, and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
All right, so boom, this is why we need to be all the way into our culture, y'all. When they say we will probably be a Kodesh nation, meaning we supposed to be separate from all the other nations. We supposed to smell different, look different, taste different. You feel me? All kind of things. But what we out here acting like Gentiles and very Eurocentric. We eating hot dogs and hamburgers. We wearing mixed fabrics and polyesters. I can't lie. You see what I'm saying? We smell like doggone Lancome and Miracle. Straight like heathen when we probably smell like frankincense and myrrh. You see what I'm saying? We got to be all the way into our culture. We out here speaking. Yeah, the Most High said he gonna speak to us with these tongues that we in and stammering lips. Check this out. But we out here saying we Hebrew and don't even know that Hebrew is a language. We don't even know nothing about that language. Ain't that crazy?
I got another question.
The Most High. Okay, real quick, before you say that, I was going to say, the Most High said he was going to restore to us a pure language, although that's a lot deeper than the language that we speaking with our words. But our laws, statutes, commandments were written in Ivrit, Hebrew. And we don't even know that, bro. But go ahead, Doodle.
So when we become the priesthood, y'all think everybody going to be on the same level when it come to wisdom? Like
Isaiah 52.
You're gonna restore the wisdom to all of this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like how we always say, some wisdom was with hell for certain individuals, But when we become that nation, everybody have access to that same wisdom, or it still be the same.
Get what? This is what I'm gonna say. See, we be thinking in our head some imaginative kingdom. It's gonna be just like it is. Okay, you still gonna have your wise men. Your wisest of wise men in Israel. But Israel as a whole gonna be looked at like, dang, these people know something. Because it's of the leadership. You know what I'm saying? Now, this go into that same debate when people try to say, man, it ain't no Messiah. Israel is the Messiah. But how about this? Israel is a Messiah, but Israel would have a king, a leadership of a messianic figure as well, though. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, you gonna have some people who wiser than the other one, but as a whole,
yeah, that's all I was asking, because I was just thinking like we come to priesthood, everybody gonna be on that same level intellectually. You know what I'm saying?
they're gonna
But
be up there
that
though.
makes sense. Yeah. Appreciate that.
They're gonna be up there, boy. Oh, now go ahead. Oh, what we my bad. I hate to keep doggone stopping. We was in verse 6. Read that one more time.
Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
Prophecy. Go ahead.
For what nation is there so great who hath Elohim so nigh unto them, as Yahuwah our Elohim is in all things that we call upon him for? And what nation is there so great that has statutes and judgments so righteous as this Torah, which I set before you this day?
Because no other nation on earth, you feel me, should be coming like we coming. Our society is built off divine laws, and I'm gonna expound the divine laws that's gonna bring us back to humanity in a minute. But go ahead, verse 9.
Only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, and lest they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life, but teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons, especially the day
All right,
that
so
thou.
boom, check this out. Real quick. That kind of going back what we were talking about earlier, Duty Bob. You know what I'm saying? Because we will forget, man. Hey, so that's why we gotta be diligent and scrupulous with our studies, with our talking. As we gonna read in Deuteronomy chapter 6. You know what I'm saying? We gonna be teaching it to our children day in, day out. You feel me? Go to sleep, wake up, sitting at the table, all kind of things. So check this out. Hold on, real quick. Is their salvation the same as Israel's? Is their salvation the same? Well, salvation, when the scriptures say salvation is of the Yahudim, meaning salvation got to come by way of the Yahudim. But I want you to expound on what you mean is their salvation the same as Israel. Because the salvation that probably going on is against what the world is offering. You know what I'm saying? The destruction of the earth. But go ahead.
I was talking about the kingdom, and you said something about like it's for everyone. So I asked, is salvation for everyone, like the salvation to come? Because we know this isn't it. You know what I'm saying? So I was asking, is salvation for everyone? Like the salvation that we are working towards, is that for everyone? Is everyone going to inherit such a salvation or the promise that Most High has promised to Israel?
Yeah, I want to differentiate promise and salvation. You know what I'm saying? Promise, salvation, and inheritance. When we talk about salvation, we talking about salvation of the destruction of the world. Revelation 11:18 say he's going to destroy those that destroy the earth. Basically, if we ain't in unison, ecod, and in harmony with the laws that he put in the earth as well, then these people will be destroyed. But imagine a people that cleave on to Israel. You remember in what it was in Joshua, basically some Gibeonites who disguised themselves. They were Canaanites, and we was in war with the Canaanites. They disguised themselves to act like they was another nation that came from afar off. when they joined on to Israel, because we was going by way of Joshua, we were going around catching bodies, killing all the Canaanites. So this is a form of what that salvation looked like. They joined on and was grafted in through a covenant with Israel to keep themselves from getting killed up. So I imagine on a grand scale, when the Creator come back and revisit the earth and kill everything up on earth, whoever cleave on to these people, they would have that salvation of not getting them tail killed. You see what I'm saying? Now, when it
So the
comes to
other
inheritance,
nations, so the other nations gonna inherit the kingdom, or they gonna be in the kingdom as well, in a sense, how Israel gonna be in the kingdom due to being cleaving heathens in a sense.
no, because Micah chapter 4, I'm gonna say this. See, that's why they differentiated salvation and inheritance. Inheritance, it wouldn't be the same as Israel. Whether people be in servitude or in a lower position.
Okay.
Micah chapter 4 said everybody gonna be flocking to all these nations gonna flock to Mount Zion. And when they come to Zion, they're gonna be an inquiring of this knowledge. Then they're gonna go back to their cities and towns or whatever, and it's still in a subservient position toward Israel.
Okay. Kind. Cause
What you got on it?
No, cause I already I knew they was gonna be in servitude, but I got lost when he was like, it's the salvation's for everybody.
Now I'm gonna qualify this. When you say servitude, see, I'm gonna tell you like this. Israel, we think when we hear servitude, we think slavery, like we're gonna be whooping their ass and we're gonna be raping their women like they did to us. It ain't that situation, that ain't that type servitude. See what I'm saying? Servitude could be a good thing. That's what priests do, right? Priests serve people. Your moray serve you. You know what I'm saying? So when I say servitude, I ain't saying that we're gonna be out there our foot on their neck, kicking their ass every day. No.
I already know there's a way to be a master, or a way to serve, being kind to your servants, so on and so forth. I don't think, but I know they will be in service.
I would even go as far as to say we all gonna be in servitude. Even the nation of Israel, regardless of us being a priesthood, we all gonna be serving the Most High. Even the Mashiach that's gonna be ruling the nation is gonna be serving the Most High. So it's like, I feel like when it comes to salvation, we have to understand what is salvation. Is there different salvations for different nations, different promises for different nations? We got to bring these things into context. You know what I'm saying? Like,
in the spirit of the lesson. Before
okay.
you finish what you were saying, I was finna say in the spirit of the lesson, dehumanization and desensitization, they're what we being saved from. Coming back to humanism instead of transhumanism. Go ahead.
Came. And our job as a nation of people is to bring salvation into the world through Mashiach that comes from the Most High. The Most High has given us everlasting life. Do we want just Israel to have everlasting life? Do we not want other people from other nations to inherit that through cleaving on to us? Because we got salvation through Mashiach from the Most High. So we want to share that with the world. There's no point in keeping that precious gift to just the nation of Israel when only 2/3 or only 1/3 of Israel is going to be saved.
That's what Scripture says, though. Scripture says Israel's going to get that.
Yeah, Israel is going to get a form of salvation that's only bestowed onto us. But the other nations are also going to get salvation when it comes to immortality, when it comes to no more death, no more you know what I'm saying? Immortality is going to come into the world through Mashiach, through having faith, right? The Most High keeping the commandments. When you endure to the end, you're going to be saved. But salvation, comparing the salvation of the other nations to us, it can't be compared in all forms. Like, there's certain promises that's only to Israel for us to be a priesthood nation to the rest of the world. And when he establishes the kingdom or the messianic reign, we're going to have a position to play to still go and preach this to the rest of the nations. Like, our job is not going to end. It ain't going to just be, like kumbaya and stuff like that. It's going to be things going on in the world. Like, we still have to be used by the Most High. He going to give us power, bro. Like, power that we never thought we could ever have. And only 1/3 of the people is going to inherit that power. 2/3 of our people are going to perish with the rest of the world that does not cleave onto the Most High, that does not want to have faith in the Mashiach. The people that don't want to accept the Most High's commandments, they're going to get left behind. So Israel or not, if you don't keep his commandments and keep the faith, acknowledge the Mashiach, you asked out. But I would just go far to say, like, there's a certain salvation for Israel or certain promises for Israel that other nations are not going to get, which is basically our positions that we have to play still as servants, but we are held to a certain standard. You know what I'm saying? Like, we honestly, it's going to be harder for us than it is going to be for them. Because if we falter in any way, shape, or form, that's it. You know what I'm saying? But I get what you're saying. I know why a lot of people ask that question, because, are the Gentiles going to be saved? Are they going to inherit immortality? Are they going to be incorruptible? You know what I'm saying? As the scriptures say, from corruptible to incorruptible. And I would say everybody going to inherit that as long as they are doing what they got to do, and the Most High gives them that. But when the time comes for that, the whole world going to know who we are, bro. The whole world going to have to acknowledge who we are before that time even comes.
So I got a question. You good? Still finish though.
Nah. I'm pretty much done. My point was basically that there's a salvation for the whole world. Everybody inherits salvation if through Messiah and through Israel, cleaving onto Israel, keeping the commandments. Our job is to show the people how to be Mashiach, show the people how to be anointed, how to be priests, how to be holy and set apart and righteous. That's what our job is, to share salvation with anybody that's willing to accept it, regardless if they physically bloodline Israel or not. Because the scriptures clearly says that all nations is going to be there. Coming into Zion is going to say all nations is going to be in immortality.
So that was my question. So how long the priesthood going to stand?
Forever.
That was my question.
Yeah,
like,
the priesthood is forever.
When you read Revelation, bro, especially when it get to the Messiah gonna come down, he gonna be day and night. We're gonna have the 2 trees, they're gonna bear 12 fruits or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a new world, because the old world gonna be destroyed or whatever. Is there gonna be a need for a priesthood when all that happen come forward?
Well, these are things that's past our understanding. I would say the scriptures don't really speak on what's coming after that. Maybe there's some scriptures outside out of the canon that speaks on these things, but as far as I know, whatever is to come after the new earth and the new that's more esoteric. That's more like, that's up when the time comes, we will know. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sure we're gonna keep in a feast. I'm sure we're gonna be have, you know what I'm saying, because it's gonna be a feast that lasts forever. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell y'all though, everything you saying is correct, but this is again why I be wondering. We got to unbias our minds and we heard thus far off of our mind and reread scripture with an unbiased mind, because it's easy for you to be persuaded by fantasy. If so, this thing is a lot more real than fantasy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when it come down to when you asked about a priesthood, it will still be a need for priesthood. You know what I'm saying? Just like it will still be a need for Malakim Hakodesh. You know what I'm saying? Spiritually speaking, people got roles to play. Everything on earth is a replica of the Shemayim, special on high holy days and all these things. Like this, why the Most High said, "These are my feasts." Or in Genesis and Bereshit, when he created fruits in the earth, he said they were created before they were in the earth. You see what I'm saying? That we miss over and skip over and don't pay attention to.
Oh, what?
About the Proverbs starting with women and misconceptions and half truths.
Why do you want to watch it?
To see if she's
Go ahead.
Okay, check this out. But what Shakir said earlier about bloodline Israel and not, what we just read in Exodus 19, we can go back to that to show that it say, I'm already there. Let me just go on to it. Exodus 19 verse 3 say, and him out of the mouth saying, thus shalt thou say to the house of Yaakov and to the children of Israel. Now, somebody tell me, why do it say the house of Yaakov and the children of Israel? What's the difference, man?
Oh, we went over there before. Hold on. We went over there before. Yeah, I'm gonna come over with it. Oh, somebody take over. We went over there before though.
Oh, I said really back in topic of discussion is still okay. You right, Aaron. You right. Don't worry about it, dude. Bob. We're gonna come back to that house of Yaakov and children of Israel thing. Basically, what I'm saying is children of Israel is bloodline. House of Yaakov is the people that's a part of your house. The same way when Abraham got that covenant to circumcise the people that was with him as well as his bloodline. Everybody that was with us went bloodline Israel. Coming out of Egypt, same way. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole nother topic. To reel it back in, we was reading Deuteronomy chapter 4. I was going to read Deuteronomy 5. I was going to read Deuteronomy 6 to show what we is as a nation and why it's important that this nation uphold these laws, statutes, commandments, because we trying to bring back humanism. We trying to fight against dehumanization and all of the woes that come with that, man. Now check this out. Hold on real quick. I'm finna go ahead because we're going to have to pick this thing up tomorrow. I ain't going to count. Like, it's so much information I want to go over, but I can't right now. So I'm finna go ahead and sock it to the book real quick so we can do this. Now check this out. I'm finna go over what my boy Ben Ami said. You know what I'm saying? If y'all know who Ben Ami is, then yeah. Now check this out. I'm gonna start right here. It say world leaders are not equipped with the will, authority, or ability to order the fundamental changes required in men's lifestyle that will prevent the world from becoming a devastated wasteland. Because guess what, y'all? The world is headed to become a devastated wasteland. It say to order the change, these leaders will have to acknowledge God and confess that this inability to change the course of the world with their own minds. Because this is what they want to do, y'all. They want to change the course of the world with their own little stupid minds. And they doing it by way of AI, artificial technology, artificial world, artificial food, the Neuralink chips that Elon Musk want to do. You see what I'm saying? This how they think they finna solve the problem. But it's not gonna get it done. Now check this out. It say because of this egotistical mental defect, because that's what it is. World leaders refuse to seek the help in the understanding of Elohim. Instead, they have attempted to supplant the need for one another with abundant materialism to give you the missing pleasure of love ye one another. So they replace that void, y'all, with materialism, technologies, all the rappers promoting they bands and showing you pictures of money. Now you spend your whole life trying to chase after a fiat money. Fiat as in it don't mean nothing. You trying to chase this lifestyle. You want 4 O's in the back like an Audi. You want to rock the Giuseppe's and red bottoms. You see what I'm saying? You spend all your life and your money on chasing that inner rat race until you mess around and die and your clock ran out. And this is what all you did with your whole life, trying to chase that dream that they were selling. All right. And this is all to replace and make you become so docile so you don't know what's going on around you, bro. You don't know that you're in a sleep deprivation tank. You know what I'm saying? You don't know that you got a false reality and you got false imaginations of what you think you like and you don't like. You in the matrix so that you become docile. Now, I'm going to say one thing real quick. This the same thing. America paint pictures and show you videos and documentaries about occults and this and that. And these occults, they feed participants of the occult food, and the food make the people brainwashed, right? But guess what? It ain't no different in America because we eating their food. And the United States is one big old doggone occult. And you enchanted by what they got going on. See what I'm saying? But we can come up out of this with the Torah, bro. Come back to being human. Stop being dehumanized and desensitized to how the Most High designed our bodies, man. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down. Somebody speak on them, man. Secondhand.
Hey, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna recommend that everybody get it. It's a book called Off Grid Survival, and it teach you how to live away from all this worldly stuff, the television, the electricity, the water that got nickel and lead in it. It teach you how to make natural water from these 50-gallon trash cans. It's called Off Grid Survival, and I'm gonna get the book. I recommend everybody get it because it teach you how to live off of the earth, which that's really how we meant to live.
Yeah, resources. Now
What
check
was
this
it
out.
called again?
Yeah, speak on that.
No, I'm asking y'all. So what was it called?
Off Grid Survival, but also my Isha, she on too. She should have said it on the mic, but she said the gospel of peace teach you all that. That's what she reading right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gospel of peace.
Real quick, I was thinking about this earlier. I was telling my sister earlier today. I was saying like, just like with her, like what's going on like in their house and everything. I was telling her like you really have to fill your household with the presence of Yah so that the enemy don't even have room to infiltrate the space, you know? And so I'm thinking like likewise with us being in this fallen world and all this stuff going on, we really have to set ourselves apart. Yah created us set apart. We really have to be about it. You know what I'm saying? We can't have our foot yeah, what's the saying? One foot in the world, the other foot in Yah's kingdom. We have to choose Yah or choose. Hey, you want to choose the world? Choose the world. Don't be lukewarm though. You know what I'm saying? That's why Yahushua said, he said, I'm going to spit you out if you lukewarm. So I just felt the need to say that we really have to be about it. Just like what AJ was telling me the other day, like setting himself apart, like with clothing and you know, with products and stuff like that. But yeah.
Do anybody here feel like they lukewarm? Cause at times I do. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. At times I feel like I need to tighten up for sure. And that going down to even the detailed stuff that I was talking about earlier. Like, you feel me? Down to the clothing, bro. Like, wearing mixed fabrics. Yeah, mixed fabric, bro. All right. You see what I'm saying?
I'm glad y'all said that, man, cause I had a little fit. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna put this together. Then it hit me. I was like, they got these mixed fabric, bro. Like,
I was just thinking about that earlier. Like, I was talking to myself, like, cause I be the scrutinizing myself like a lot. Like, I'm a deep thinker, and sometimes I could be very critical, like on myself, which is I feel it's a good thing, but sometimes I gotta remember the mercy and the grace of the Most High is everlasting, you know. So, but I was just telling myself, I said, "Yo, I'm lukewarm." Like, like I'm laughing, but I'm dead ass. Like, I'm telling myself, like, "Yo, I'm lukewarm." Like, I gotta get my shit together because the Most High did certain things that really put fear in my heart. Like, and I be thinking about it. Like, I get paranoid. Like, I know it sounds a little crazy, but maybe it's just me. But I really be getting paranoid sometimes because I'm like a child, like that does something wrong, and then you know if your parents find out, he gonna punish you.
Oh
You
yeah.
know? And I'm like, damn, bro, like, y'all, please don't whip my ass, like, please, like, you know me, like, I know, I feel like I've been ignoring you, and I just get into this thing where I start talking to the Most High, very vulnerable but real, like, and I feel like I said it earlier, like, literally right before this call, I was just walking upstairs, I said, yo, I'm lukewarm. I said, yo, I gotta get it together. I don't want to get spit. I don't want the Most High to spit me out of his mouth. I don't want to get left behind.
Why
Or
you
I don't want to get taken
why
out. I'm trying to get left behind, but I ain't trying to get taken out. If you feel
why
me, if
you
you know,
feel
you know.
why you feel you lukewarm?
Because there's things that I still got to work on. I still struggle with a lot of things. Keeping it 100, like you know what I'm saying. There's
Yeah,
certain
safe
things I
space,
know,
bro.
like I gotta just overcome. Like I got sinful tendencies that I still have to overcome. You know what I'm saying? Like I know we all got things to be at work on. I'm just speaking for myself. You feel me? Like even just the way I think sometimes it could be not good. You know, it's just like
Yeah.
but just whatever you trying to speak with discretion, but at the same time, just keeping it 100 is like we all got things that we struggle with, so that could be considered to be lukewarm. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know the Most High, He know everything. Isn't you can't hide nothing from the Most High. Everything that you think you're doing in the dark, bro, He knows. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop
Yeah.
lying to yourself because you lying
And
to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
I will.
saying? If you
I
Speak
want
on
to.
it, yes.
You feel me? Like, so I feel like we just gotta acknowledge the things that we are struggling with and try to find people that we could talk to about it because it's good to fellowship and confess your sins and really work on those things like bro, like think about it with fear and trembling in your spirit. Like you gotta have fear and trembling because the Most High will take you out. I'm telling you, he's the type of person is like, look, you messing up. I'm about to just take your life because I need somebody that's gonna work with me. You know what I'm saying? Not work against me and what's the word? Take my name in vain. You got to be careful with that because Most High don't play with His name, bro. He will kill His own child for His name. You
Yeah.
know,
What
if
you
you
what
feel
you
what I'm
finna
saying.
say? 12:30 and Yashamar. Y'all speak on it. What y'all finna say?
See, when it comes to things within you, it's really you. You know what I'm saying? Because we know every man is tempted and drawn away of his own lust. So if it's someone's constantly battling with, that's something you keep giving your mind to. You know what I'm saying? Let there be first a will in mind. And it's according to what a man hath and not what he hath not. That's also with sin because you consent to what's being presented to you to do and act out. Because the temptation isn't the sin. The act is the sin. We know Hamashiach was tempted and he was sinless. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of people, when it comes to them actually messing up, they say, "Oh, I'm in his flesh," or
That's an
you know,
excuse.
the Most High kind, yes,
Most definitely.
right.
Most
I'm
definitely.
in his flesh, the Most High is gracious, so on and so forth. And I believe the same thing. It's an excuse. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people bring up David with Bathsheba, like, oh, he's saying that he was perfect still. But the only reason David was still perfect is because he actually repented. He didn't do it no more. That's what
Exactly.
repentance is. You know what I'm saying? And there's a scripture was like, let me find it. Hold up 1 second. 1 second. I don't want to butcher it.
But while you do that, can I piggyback on what you were saying, brother?
Go ahead.
One thing about it, I'm speaking for myself. What I've known and what I've started to practice more is praying 3 times a day. And once you start to do it and you discipline yourself by doing it, and we already know in what's that in First Kings when Solomon was establishing within this land or whatnot, when he was establishing the kingdom, he said those who pray towards his land, the Father will hear them. You know, just like was reading Chronicles. If we seek his face, we're in captivity right now. Okay, if you praying 3 times a day, brother, this is me. I pray 3 times a day. And within my prayer and my towards Jerusalem and praying to the Father, I noticed in my life that the things that were bothering me, you know, I talk to the Father about. You know, I have my direct prayers, and then at the same time, I have the times when I'm talking to the Father on my own. You know what I mean? So it's like I was dealing with a situation with a friend of mine. It was like, you know, Father, just give me wisdom on how to deal with the situation. And I kid you not, as soon as I got in the car with a friend, he got on the subject, and then with this is the wisdom of Yah. So it's 2 disputes against two friends of mine or whatnot, because one friend did, you know, basically was coveting, or you know, basically was like envious of him and his relationship with his girl or whatnot, and he did some stuff to upset my other friend. So I'm, you know, I'm in the middle of this, and I within everything, I always seek the Father for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That's my main thing. I ask him for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Because without wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, you won't know what to do. So I will encourage you, if you feel that you are straddling the fence, or you feel that you're lukewarm, discipline. That's what taught ones are. That's what a disciple is being disciplined to one thing, to practicing something that's going to help you in the long run. So if you continue praying 3 times a day, and then on your, in times that you would challenge, you talk to the Father within. He's like, Father, give me wisdom on this situation, and He will give you what to say in that time when you need to say it. And then when you say that, they're going to receive that, because that's one thing that they need, and that's one thing that's going to stick to their soul or whatnot. So it's like, I understand where you're coming from as men and as women of Yah. We do have challenges throughout the day. We do have people that, we run across that may rub us the wrong way. But if you praying your petition before Yah and you asking Him to, it's within those secret moments, man. Those secret moments is when you put it all out there and you talk to Him and you remind Him, and it's just
Yeah, so like real quick. Y'all, somebody, you forget what you were gonna say, did it?
Go ahead.
Huh? You said what?
You pulled the scripture up, man.
Oh yeah, it was will you finish?
Yeah, go ahead.
You sure? It looked like you finna keep going. I was listening to you. You sure you done? All right, for sure. But it was Ecclesiastes 34 or Sirach 34. Yeah. And we can start at 23 to 26. It was when one buildeth and another pull it down, what profit have they them but labor? When one prayeth and another curseth, whose voice will the Lord hear? He that washeth himself after the touching of a dead body, if he touch it again, what availeth his washing? So is it with the man that fasted for his sins, and goeth again, and doeth the same. Who will hear his prayer, or what doth his humbling profit him? So when it comes, based on what the brother was saying as far as things he battling and so on and so forth, it's where your treasure is, where your heart is, that where your treasure is, that where your heart be also. So you really have to not consent to what's being presented to you, because it's all just temptation. But when you act it out, that becomes the problem. You know what I'm saying? But that was it.
Yo, so
yes, sir.
Yo, what chapter? What verse was that again?
It's Sirach 34 and 26.
23. Yeah.
26.
Because that's go ahead. My fault.
I just want to say this. Somebody told me, actually, y'all mama told me this that I didn't know. And when she said it, it made so much sense. I'm talking to AJ Iratir, y'all mama. She said the reason why she put Cairo in karate, and she want Cairo to have an Asian instructor. And I said, dang, that's kind of racist. Why you want that? And she said, because everybody in the world think that Asian children are genius and the smartest children in the world. And she said that's not the case though. She said Asians install discipline from the moment the child can start to talk. So what they was hitting on made me think about her telling me that. And now I'm thinking about, dang, man, I need to put Izzy in karate.
No, you need to put Izzy in Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 5, chapter 5, chapter 6. When it said, hey, we teaching our sons, and sons,
Oh yeah, most definitely. She all the way tuned in. But that just made me think about that. And if y'all think about it, that's true. Everybody be like, the Asian children smart. Now, Asian children, they folks don't play. Like just like you said, I need to put Izzy in Deuteronomy and all that. Just like she learned ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, how to read 3-letter words and all that. That's stuff that America wants us to break the ground and foundation of teaching them and what think they should know, which is true. They should know that, but like you just said, AJ, why not start teaching her this at the age now? Even if she can't understand it, start putting it on. So
could we be playing? Yeah, I was finna say we be playing with our culture, man. Like Yashamaji posted Proverbs 22, train up a child, right? Now, whole time, like, even in our songs, bro, we got acrostic poems. Y'all know what an acrostic poem is? We got poems in our songs that teach us our culture. It's like nursery rhyme. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I say we got to be all the way involved with our culture, from the language to the land to the clothing to the food to the everything. You know what I'm saying? What you say, 12:30?
I was gonna go to say something what Brother Paul said in Corinthians about temptation and stuff like that. Okay.
Oh. Yeah. Let's see what the brother Paul's talking about.
All right. Corinthians 10, starting at verse 9. And
You
somebody
said 1 Corinthians 10?
Yeah, first Corinthians 10.
Oh no. Okay.
Verse 9.
I was just playing, bro. Let's do it.
I know. Say, all right, it says, neither let us try Messiah, as some of them also tried and were destroyed by serpents. Neither grumble, as some of them also grumbled, talking about the children of Israel in the desert. And were destroyed by the destroyer. And all these came upon them as examples, and they were written warnings to us, on whom the ends of the ages have come. So that he who thinks he stand, let him take heed lest he fall. No trial has overtaken you except such as is common to man. And Elohim is trustworthy, who shall not allow you to be tried beyond what you are able, but with the trial shall also make the way of escape, enabling you to bear it. So basically, the stuff that you're dealing with, if you seek the Father and you're disciplining those trials that you've been tried on, you have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, He's going to make a way of escape of those trials that you've been tested. As we are at the end of ages right now, going up on the subject matter that we're talking about, dehumanization, right?
Right. I like that.
Yo, so what chapter and verse was that again?
That's 1 Corinthians 10, 9 through 13.
So what about when you being lukewarm with the law, not so much as being tempted? Because I know last Sabbath I had to work. I didn't want to work. I knew I wasn't supposed to work. I ain't had no choice, but I had a choice. But at the same time, like, bro,
we're in the land of our captivity. We're not in the land, so I'm not using that as an excuse. Now, if you can get around that, but at the same time, if you have to do it, you have to do what you got to do. I'm a supervisor at a security company, and I don't have that many people right now for the coverage, so I have to work.
Same for me. But it'd be like, bro, I don't want to work on the Sabbath, but like I said, then at the same time, my head, it say a man who don't provide for his family worse than a non-believer. So it'd be like,
let me tell y'all something.
You could provide. Slacker. I was gonna say that I'm sure you could provide for your family and not work on Shabbat. But what you gotta do is you gotta make plans for that, for future reference. Like, get you another job that respects your religious rights, or whatever, however you want to put it in words. You got to get you a job that allows you to be off on Shabbat. If that job that you have right now, or the company that you're working with right now, does not respect that, then you got to find you another company. For now, the Most High understands. But if you don't even work on finding a job that is going to make sure that you don't have to work on Shabbat, they're going to respect that, then that's on you. At the same time, I don't want to sound like a Christian, but Shabbat was made for man, right? Mashiach said it actually, so I want to sound like him, but I don't want to use it out of context. I'm just trying to say that Shabbat was made for man, right? So we have to utilize Shabbat the best way that we can in today's age. Like, making sure that you stay perpetually praying, even if you at work walk in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? The Most High understands where we coming from, bro. You got to just make sure that you are working on not having to work on Shabbat, not just settling with it and being like, you know what, I'm gonna just get called in, whatever. Like, bro, it's you could say no. Say no.
Man, I was finna say,
I
bro.
hit them with the law. I use their own laws against them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't discriminate, you can't fire me.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
that's not like that. Ain't even the case in some cases. As a supervisor,
I'm
and you don't
telling you,
have
bro.
coverage at the company, that's the thing. I'm right now in the process of hiring people so that way I won't have to work on the Shabbat, and I have somebody coming in, at 10 o'clock so that I can get off early to go to the, Shabbat or whatnot. So,
Hey, Ira, you wildin', but I was just finna say, I feel what y'all saying, do the bar from 12:30, but check this out, bro. I
yeah,
ain't gonna lie. The underbelly of our society is being shown because we got the most gangster people on earth. Like, for real, you know what I'm saying? Now, hey, but why we don't be gangster about our culture, for real? Like, this how I'm feeling right now. I ain't gonna lie, boy. I be screaming in the inside, bro. Zealous, man. Kanai. You feel me? Kof, Noon, I left, and yo. You know what I'm saying? You know that Hebrew, then you know why I'm going. Check this out, bro. During the 10th century, a lot of our people, before the transatlantic slave trade got converted forcibly and coerced into Islam, all right? But you had a few zealous people of the Gaonim, that was like, for example, I don't know if y'all know who Ramdam is. I mean, a Rambam. But anyway, these people were like, man, listen, bro. Y'all either finna stay here when the Muslim get back and die, or convert, or you finna go in exile, flee. You know what I'm saying? This how I'm feeling right now. We in the time of the Maccabees, bro. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't gonna count with you. Like Ben Ami said, if your job don't reflect the creator, man, we need to be working on this right now. You see what I'm saying? Very proactive in it.
Yo, another thing too, like we gotta think about it like this. The Most High said he gonna use the other nations to make us jealous to come back to him. And that's kind of how I see the Jewish people today. We know a lot of the Jewish people are not bloodline Israel. Some of them are because they come from us, but most of them, they not. Let's be honest, right? But when I see them and I see their organization and how they teach their children, bringing them up um, in the truth that they know, in Judaism, but learning Torah and just their structure altogether is like I part of me like kind of hates it. It's like I'm a hater, right? I hate it because I think about my people, how dehumanized they have been, even by those people, right? Up back in the day, if you know your history, a lot of Ashkenazi Jews were the slave owners and the slave. They was the one raping our ancestors and shit like that.
Yeah.
Excuse my language, but this is facts, bro, right? And besides that, my point is that if we had that same structure and that same discipline and applied it, we would get the same respect because we actually have the creator on our side. You know what I'm saying? It's not just a religion for us. We are the covenant people. The Most High said, if we come back to him and seek his face, he gonna give us all the desires of our heart. If I could paraphrase a couple of scripture. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to come back to the Most High, keep his commandments. He gonna lead us into a way that we could keep his commandments perfectly. And no company on this earth, no money you could pay me that's worth breaking the Most High's commandments. I'm not a slut. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be able to just put some money in front of me and be like, all right, do this, and you can take care of your kids. But you gotta eat pork. You gotta taste the pork. Like what, bro? I'm not gonna taste pork. I'm not gonna. You feel me though? Like what, bro? Like my last job. I'm like my last job. We had to deal with swine, and I had to tell them. I said, "Yo, y'all not paying me enough for me to touch swine," and they had to respect that, bro, because they was very coexisting. We had homosexuals, we had trannies, we had blacks and whites, and we had an Israelite. And I told him, I said, yo, I'm not touching that. Yeah, I gotta find somebody else to do that. That's against my religious.
Get somebody else to do it.
Yeah, bro. You feel
Nah,
me?
for real.
I don't care. Y'all say you're not paying me enough to do that. It's not no money enough in the world for me to try to do that. So, but you know, it's like, but if we compromise, we're gonna end up being the people that's just lukewarm. You know what I'm saying? So there's certain things is like we gotta be headstrong about, and we gotta criticize ourselves at times for what's the form conforming to this society that has dehumanized us and put us at this lower state, and hold ourselves accountable for the fact that we even there in the first place. Our ancestors didn't want to deal with it, so we got to be the ones to step up. Otherwise, it's going to go on to our kids. Don't you love your children? If you got children, don't you look at the little ones and you're like, yo, I can't put this on you. I got to suffer my whole life so that you don't have to be the one to suffer for these things. I look at my daughter, I'm like, yo, I got to get it together so she don't have to get it together with the things that my parents didn't get together. You know what I'm trying to say?
Man. Yeah.
Yo, let's do it, bro, because at the end of the day, bro, if not now, then when? You know, he calling us to be the ones. This our generation. We got the strength. We got the energy. We got the time today. You know,
Israel need to come together though. That's the thing. Like actually come together.
unity, bro. That's something that I've been noticing too. Is like we are so not just
Divided.
unorganized, but we are. What's the word that opposite of unity?
Divided.
Right.
Divided. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
divided.
you. I didn't hear division. We are so divided, bro.
And
It's crazy.
It's with the core of our being, like which is the following of the word. You know what I'm saying? Like there's different doctrines from the same book. You know what I'm saying? Just like there's different religions, but they all stem from the Bible, right?
The same scripture. Their personal interpretation. That's the problem. They have personal interpretation when there's no need to do that, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For me, it's like we don't all agree on the same thing. By the end of the day, I humble myself, bro. I like, just for example, I follow a completely different calendar that most of you guys follow, right? For me, the new moon is not the crescent moon, it's the full moon, right? But when y'all following the feast days and y'all do that thing, I don't care, bro. I'm gonna do it with y'all. Especially if I'm with you physically. I forget all of that, bro. I don't know everything. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. But if I want to be with y'all, I want to fellowship with y'all. I want to celebrate the feast days with y'all. And then maybe one day y'all might want to celebrate the feast days with me on whatever other day I practice it. But the point is, it's like, bro, we got to come together regardless of our disagreements so that we could be used by the Most High to, you know, be a priesthood nation. He going to correct us in these little things.
They can't come together. How can two walk together unless they be agreed?
I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you.
Isaiah 52:8, man. Listen. I'm just gonna read it. It say that watchmen shall lift up the voice. With the voice together shall they sing. For they shall see eye to eye when Yahuwah shall bring again Zion. So y'all don't fret, man. Prophetically speaking, all of these dots are gonna get, you feel me? Right. So check this out.
Read that one more time, Rocky, please. Will you read that one more time?
As you read Isaiah 52, verse 8, it say, thy watchmen shall lift up the voice. With the voice echad shall they sing. For they shall see eye to eye when Yahuwah shall bring again Zion.
Yes, hallelujah.
We all watchmen, ain't it? You know what I'm saying? We just celebrated Yom Teharah. Cause we watchmen, we blow up the trumpet. Takesho Faza'eh. Now check this out. Hey, daughter, did somebody say something?
Nah, go ahead.
So we gonna see eye to eye. Do y'all know what a Karaite is?
I never heard it.
A Karaite is somebody that does not adhere to the oral tradition, the Talmud, the written Talmud, or the written the oral tradition, they don't adhere to the oral tradition, the written Talmud, or I forget the other one, but they only go by the written, like, which basically is like the first 5 books. Basically, that's it.
Right. So just without the specifics of mentioning Talmud or Mishnah, I'm saying a Karaite in them you had a division in Israel between Karaites and people who want to listen to the prophets. See what I'm saying? So if somebody was a Karaite, they go on face value by what the Torah and the Pentateuch said, and then they interpret it on their own. This is how you get doctrines all over. And this is exactly what the Sadducees and the scribes were. They were Karaite. You know what I'm saying?
And they don't want to hear what the tradition, what the elders was trying to say about it. They were just looking at it for face value, like you said. Whatever it says, that's what I'm going off of. But they using their own personal interpretation instead of getting wisdom from the elders that already knew or probably was there at the time.
Or the anointed men. Not even so much of the elders, but anointed men. Like, for example, in Ezekiel 20, all the elders were sitting at Ezekiel. Yeah. The anointed ones, the prophets, all the elders were seeking and inquiring from Ezekiel. But that's showing you how in the mouth of the prophets, the Most High put in word. And so guess what? Whenever Nehemiah and Ezekiel, whenever they'll be in the streets and they reading the Torah, it said that they interpreted and broke down the law because that's very necessary. It's imperative. You see what I'm saying? So, but as a Karaite, you don't want that. All you want to do is just read it. But that gonna make you backslide every time. Isaiah chapter 28. You feel me? When Isaiah was making a mockery of people who read line on line, precept on precept, precept on precept. He basically was saying that's all y'all do. Line on line, precept on precept. But then it say y'all backslide anyway. See what I'm saying? And I know in Israel, sometimes we take that as just it was just a commandment. Isaiah saying read line on line. But really, at the same time, Isaiah was making a mockery of people who do that in his time.
Oh, wow.
People that wasn't listening to him. Say what, 12:30?
I said, oh, wow, that's when you understand the context of the scriptures, it makes sense.
Right, the context. It's the same thing when Jeremiah in 88 was like, lo, the pen of the scribes brought falsehood. Because back people was so worried about what was written. Just like Ramdan said, if a man can speak lies and deceit out of his mouth, what's gonna stop him from writing it down?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts,
but
man.
what I'm saying is this why the book is sealed up. Even Daniel had certain sealed things that he ain't had access to. Gabriel and Uriel had to come interpret it for him. This why prophets exist. This why the Most High send prophets. You know what I'm saying? You need this consensus. You need a deliberation in Israel. If you did, everybody had their own little thing that they going by. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts.
This a bad representation of Israel because a lot of people I deal with, especially out here in the West End, they don't be Israelites, bro. You know what I'm saying? They be commissions, they be Nawapians. But guess what? They might look at the Israelite community and be like, y'all niggas don't even agree with each other. You feel me? So if we're gonna be a representation of the culture, shoot, we need to be together. Isaiah 52. But you know, prophetically speaking, we're gonna be there.
I wanted to say too, like, do you think the Most High is still, like, I know it's a little hard to think about, but maybe it's not at the same time. But do you think we still have prophets that we could look to for proper interpretation?
For proper interpretation, other than the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses on that matter, you know, we're gonna always line it up like that. But shoot, what prophets you like? You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I like the boy Isaiah, Jeremiah, and I like Ben Ami. I revere Ben Ami as a prophet. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's because I feel like the Most High is still bringing up prophets in our time.
Right,
And
Amos chapter 2, verse 11.
Say that last part again. You said what?
No, I said right. Amos chapter 2, verse 11. He raising prophets and Nazarites.
Dang. And that might be some of us. you know, some of us might be called to something, to a bigger stature, and I always tell myself, it's like, after everything the Most High put me through, and I like, the last thing I want to be is a prophet because it's scary, bro. And the Most High is scary, bro, because he dealing with you. He gonna show you some amazing things, and I don't want to, like, I'm just like, I'm afraid to even be something like that, you know. But at the same time, it's like you gotta walk in what the Most High purpose has for you, you know. And I'm just thinking, like, how can let's say the Most High called me to be a prophet? How in today's age, right? How can I even equate to what these old prophets were doing back in the day? You know what I'm saying? What could I do for my people today that's significant enough, like how they
Be the
were doing
light.
back then?
Just be the light.
That's
Be the
where it
example.
comes to you going in your secret place. That's when it come down the Father showing you, giving you that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding on what to do in those situations. So once you get in that secret place with him and you discipline and you're doing, you know what I'm saying, what he requires of you, he's going to show you those things. And when that time comes, it's not like when it's not like, oh, I gotta do this, that, and the third. It's like I don't know how to explain it, but it just comes to you.
I get that. I get that.
You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta no, it's just like it's a flow. You know, it's the rock. The rock will reveal it to you. You know, it's not, oh, I gotta live up to the standard to what Shemaiah did or what Ezekiel did or what Isaiah did or what these prophets did. It's not even that. It's you and your relationship with the Most High.
Yeah. It's not complicated. You don't even need to think about it too much. He tells you what to do. Be a light. Let your light so shine before men so they glorify your Father in heaven. It's not, this walk ain't hard. You know what I'm saying? But there's people who over spiritualize it and there's people who water it down. But he clearly tells you how to walk and who to be. You know what I'm saying?
But Yeshua said, if you become of a child, you will not see the kingdom of Yahuwah. So you gotta have a child's mindset. You know, you got back down there as a child. You're not gonna
I think it need to be a difference about what I think Shakir was mentioning prophets. What y'all talking about is just being just a general servant. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not.
A prophet is a whole role.
Yeah, I'm talking about my personal experiences from what I experienced myself. It's like it's like I said, prophets, they sought the Most High. They were disciplined to the Most High. They listened.
They had a heavy burden. I'm gonna just say that, right? They look at the verbiage and the way that the prophets were speaking. Sometimes when they was mentioning sin that was going on in Israel, they ain't just apply it to them, to the people outside of them. They applied it to themselves. Like, hey, we out here acting up, we sinning. Right. It was all inclusive because they carrying on that burden. So y'all know the ephod that the priests wear, the kohanim in the temple, it got them 12 stones in it. Them that representing them carrying the whole burden of Israel on them. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like, the role of the prophet, bro, is it different from just a general servant. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right, bro. Because someone can have families or nothing.
Yo, question. Kane, I get exactly what you're saying, and I get what everybody's saying. You know, like, my question is, like, all right, so the Most High, because I know there's still prophets on the earth, right? And it's just so embarrassing sometimes when I say it like that. But the Most High spoke to me in a dream, right? And he told me to tell somebody. I don't want to misquote him. He said, tell them my son Ezekiel, just like that. He said, tell them my son Ezekiel. So when I had, you know, I woke up crying and all of that. It was a whole big thing for me or whatever, right? But, and I know sometimes when I hear, you know, people talking about it, I kind of get embarrassed because I feel like I'm not like who, you know, why would he tell me to tell them? You know what I'm saying? But then I'm reading it, he could tell anybody. There's more righteous people on the earth that could, even out of you guys, like I feel like he could have told anybody what he told me. And he could use all of us as to be prophets and prophetess, but I can't speak for y'all experience, right? Because as far as I know, when the Most High talks to you in your dreams, he calling you to be a prophet, right? Or he calling you to be this type of person. But sometimes I feel like, damn, bro, like I don't want to be a prophet, bro, because when I'm reading, bro, these prophets did some amazing things, and I can't live up to that, bro. Or like they
Don't
suffer so much, bro.
say that.
Because like when he said Ezekiel was a prophet. He said what he had to say, but nobody listened to him. Nobody
You gonna
listened
be
to
a
anything that he said. That's how I be feeling. Like I'm telling people, right? And nobody listens. It's like it's driving me crazy, bro. And I'm not even out here jacking and I'm a prophet. I will never tell anybody that. I'm low key telling y'all, but I'm not saying I'm a prophet. I'm just saying what might happen to me in my experience, because I really would not want to accept that. I feel like I'm not even at a place where I could even say like I was telling you, I feel lukewarm. So me to say, oh, Most High is calling me to be a prophet, that's way too much for me right now. Like I just want to just be a servant, and then maybe I could work my way up to being just a vessel for him or something. You know what I'm trying to say, right? I want to just be humble. I don't want to be like one of these people out here that's like, I'm a prophet, and it's embarrassing, bro. These people embarrass me. You know what I'm saying?
I know you trying to say Shakir too, cause people don't even, just like Zion Lex said tonight, people don't even show their track record. Like people self-proclaim this and self-proclaim that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. We gotta really be studious,
no,
bro.
but
What you
even
gonna
if you
say?
was a prophet, you was gonna be a prophet how he sees fit during this time. You don't even gotta think about how they was doing back then, because he's gonna use you how he needs to use you now.
And I agree. It's a touchy topic, but at the end of the day, I feel like we gotta be more disciplined for the Most High. And I can speak from my personal experience, like being lukewarm, the Most High God not gonna be able to use you in your purpose. If he calling me to quote unquote be a prophet, that's such a heavy burden and a big call on my life. I'm like, damn, I got a lot to work on. I got a lot to be studious. I got to be more disciplined, like how we talking about, and I gotta get out of this dehumanized mindset where I'm struggling with Babylonian ideas and ways of living. So yeah.
Just here a little, there a little. You know what I'm saying? Don't think about it too much, because then you're gonna get overwhelmed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Just
it's listen, if I was to share my testimony with you, bro, it's
shit,
overwhelming.
I seen my number. You really want to tell me? I ain't even gonna cap to you. But just when it
Yeah,
comes to the things you need to work on them here a little, there a little, incrementally. If you can't do it, you know what I'm saying, as a
yeah,
whole.
I agree. And I
But really
definitely would
understand,
like to take your number, bro. We could
con,
talk about
but
it more, because
con. But
I know
really,
we all got a testimony, bro. We got to keep sharing that, bro, because the Most High got things that we all need to know about, that he shared with each of us as individuals. I've been able to spend a little bit of time with everybody here on the chat, not everybody, but most of the people here on the chat, to hear a little bit about what their testimony is like, and it has increased my faith. From AJ to Yasa and Duty, Nisha. Everybody has things that we can share with each other to increase our faith. And Most High is calling us to be his priesthood people. If you're a prophet, or if you are a prophetess, or the other fruits of the spirit, or the other roles that he's calling what is it called, the fivefold ministry, whatever he's calling you to be, right? That's a thing, right? The
Yeah,
fivefold ministry, right?
yeah.
I forgot what scripture
Yeah,
that
that's a
is.
Paul thing for sure. Exactly.
He
Yeah.
said a Paul thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but man, at the end of the day, bro, most I want us to be more disciplined so that we could be used as vessels for him, bro.
yeah, it's just within you. The things you battle within yourself, things you consent to when they present it to you. Because that's all, the battle will pass. Just like a thought, certain thoughts pass, you don't entertain them. It's just like clouds, let them pass without giving them energy. It's the same thing with a battle, you know what I'm saying? It's really as hard as you make it. Like, if you want to accomplish something in a year, it's going to take you a year. If you want to accomplish it in a week, it's going to take you a week. You know what I'm saying? And that applies to us too. You know what I'm saying? Like it applies to when it comes to you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Shakir. Hi,
Yeah.
AJ.
No, go ahead, all right.
You say stuff like this quite often. Because I remember we had this conversation about you feeling like you couldn't live up to the standard that Yahusha set, you know, because he was perfect and all this and that or whatever. I just want to tell you, like, Yah is not looking for, like, you got all the boxes checked off and, like, you're doing everything right and whatever. He's just looking for a willing vessel. So if Yah called you to be a prophet, he called you to do this, that, the third, do that. Don't wait until you
Duties.
got all this. Hush, boy. Don't wait until you got all this other stuff done. You know what I'm saying? It's daily striving. Yah called you to be a prophet. Be a prophet. Be his vessel. And I'm saying this because I was just thinking about this earlier. Like I was just like praying. I don't know if I was praying, if it was just a thought in my head, but Yah has called me higher, right? And I don't see the fullness of that yet. But I was just telling Yah, or I was just thinking in my head, I was like, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. Like I'm always talking about, I'm not worthy. And I just heard in my spirit so clear. Yah was like, good, because what I'm about to do in your life don't have nothing to do with you anyway. Like you always making stuff about yourself. Stop making it about
Dang.
yourself.
Speak,
That's
girl.
heavy, boy.
Yeah, like Yah is like, this is
That fire
bigger
right
than
now.
you. Once again, y'all, I always say this. Everything, all of this is bigger than us. Stop being in your head about everything. Just
Shoot,
go
Moses
ahead and
wasn't
be
ready.
that vessel.
Dang.
Yeah, Shemaiah himself. You hear the
He
first
wasn't even ready. He was talking
couple.
about Moses said
Hallelujah.
he couldn't talk right. Well, he said,
Yeah.
well, I got Aaron for you. Aaron gonna be your mouthpiece. You
Man,
always
I'm
trying to come
trying
over
to
this.
tell you.
Stop making
But
it,
y'all
boy.
realize like all the prophets, all the people that Yah has used, man, these people illiterate. They don't know nothing. Like they sinners, they this and that. Y'all don't care about that, honey. And matter of
Look at
fact,
you.
that brings more glory to his name.
Yay.
Most of the disciples had issues.
And Yahshua was ugly. He probably
Nah,
like, man,
nah. I
he
don't
said he
No,
think.
had
for
no
real.
form of comeliness.
I
Yeah,
don't
they
think
turned him
that.
away.
I
Boy,
don't think.
jump on you for saying that, boy. You can't say that to
I don't
Yeah,
think I
Shakir
know
said
that.
Yahshua was beautiful.
Nah,
She gonna jump on you, boy. You can't say that.
nah. I don't think.
You say you don't think? It
You give
said
me water?
he had no form of comeliness. That sounds pretty ugly to me.
What the context was that? What it was that happened? You know what I
That,
mean?
that
Maybe,
I know.
the
when
physical
it said
outfit.
he had no form of communist, maybe they was just saying he was like looking real rough. Like he was looking, you know what I'm saying? Like he might have not been ugly, but he been one of those dudes that you just don't want to talk to because he just looked mean or something. Like,
He ain't
you
do
know what I'm
nothing.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that.
really, he was probably a sweetheart. You know what I'm saying? But he looked like a tough dude. Like,
Man, no, that man was unattractive.
Right. Speak on it, Yasama.
He was unattractive. They rejected him. He said men rejected him. That's Isaiah 53, dog.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
rejected him. They turned him away like for real. Like
And what
don't
that
don't
is?
don't water it down. Hamasha was not
Hey,
an
what you
attractive
say?
dude.
It go like that.
Said beauty
And
is
see,
vain.
right. And I say that with confidence, cause bro, you know what I'm saying? Shoot, sometimes I know everybody in here don't feel like they look the best sometimes, man. You know, so
Hey
we got
man,
something we
hey,
identify with.
speak for yourself, my brother.
Man, listen, bro. Hey, long story short, I heard what you just said was straight heavy. I'm starting to think about Jeremiah. You feel me? He needed Baruch, you know what I'm saying? But he still had the resources. A lot of people felt inadequate. That we felt inadequate. You feel me?
Yahusha in the garden. Please let this cup pass from me.
Let this
Like
help pan from me, yeah.
for real. Stop
It's too
it.
late. You in there.
Shakir. I feel like I be so hard on you. I'm so sorry. But for real, you gotta stop with that unworthiness. Like, oh my God, like I'm unworthy. I don't want to do this. Oh, you gonna do it because
You ain't got no choice.
regardless of what you say, listen, regardless of what you say, Yah's will is going to be done in your life. So you can't keep being like, oh, I don't want to do it. Oh, you gonna do it regardless.
You ain't got no choice.
Y'all
Most
know
High
Q
got
Kid
plans
gonna
for
do it,
us,
bro.
bro.
Y'all know
You know
Q
what?
Kid gonna do it. He just being transparent a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's
I'm
all.
gonna do whatever the Most High tell me to do because I fear the Most High, and I appreciate that criticism because I need it. Sometimes I need somebody to just, you know,
My
keep their
fault.
foot on my neck. You know what I'm saying? But it's
You
like
need
I just
y'all
want to stay humble because the way the world is right now, a lot of us we trying to. It's like I'm a little embarrassed because like a lot of our people it's like they want this role to be this special person and we all special people, but it's just like look at what they have done. Like they've kind of like how do I forget the word, but it's like when you take something and you make it out to be less than, or you make it out to be like something that is just not it's not really it's common. You know what I'm saying? But then when the Most High really calling you to it, it's like you going through a lot of crazy stuff, bro. Like, and but I agree with you. It's like at the end of the day, well, we just gotta do what the Most High tells us to do. I know at the Most High, He gonna do what He need to do in my life because I want to be used by Him. That's my purpose in my at this point. The thing that I enjoy the most is when I'm being used by the Most High uh to share the scripture, to share the gospel, and to help out like homeless people. Like that's what I find joy in. Come home from work or leave work and I could give out food or things that and then be able to share the gospel. So it's like, but it's like when it's time to talk to your people and tell your people like, yo, the Most High told me this. A lot of the times that stuff gets brushed over. I tried doing it in the beginning of my walk when the Most High first told me to tell them. And I'm like, what do you mean? Tell them. Like, what did that mean? I didn't really understand, but I got some more insight later on. And Most High gave me revelation on certain things. And it's just like, when you tell certain people, they kind of they don't listen, especially our people. It's like they kind of brush you off, and they're just like, damn. So who did you want me to tell? Like, am I supposed to still tell your word, or was it something specific? It's a little more complicated at times when the Most High is really dealing with you on that level. But I accept what the Most High is doing me regardless, because I know there's no way on earth that his word gonna come back void. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just for me. I encourage everybody to be used in the way that the Most High want to use them, whatever purpose it is. Like I said.
But show that Salaki, hey, Carlos, hey, speak on it, brother. Cause you said something heavy in there. In the
If
chat.
God is done with you,
Peace.
He would be done.
So
Wow.
Big old shalom.
Always big peace. I was listening in, and it's beautiful how everyone allowed everyone to speak on what they're dealing with and to be able to come into a safe space and talk. And the main takeaways for me was be more confident.
What is it?
Be more confident in your walk. Like it sounds to me like everybody knows what they're supposed to do, and yet we're still talking about it in a way like it's like here's my gift, right? Like everybody look at my gift. This is great. You want it? And then when we ask them do they want it, they say no, we get like offended and we put the gift down. But it's like it's if y'all told you to say something, if like y'all told you to say something and the person didn't receive it, it's not that that person is a bad person, and it's not that y'all told you to do something wrong. It's really a test to see how confident you are. And I love how y'all allowed Duda, I don't know, I think I pronounced your name right. Y'all allowed him the space to be curious, to ask the questions over and over again, and to come to an understanding that maybe he didn't, but just to be like, I don't know, or I don't understand. Can y'all explain? It was so interesting to see the main thing was, how confident are you in knowing what you deserve? How much are you willing to tell, like even yourself, you deserve this? Like we all know abundance is our birthright. We all know abundance is our birthright. Because if we wouldn't have been born with these thought processes of being creative, or we wouldn't have been born where we are born right now. And we all have something to say about America because of our history or his story. But at the end of the day, there's people in other countries praying to get here. You feel what I'm saying? They're praying to be like, you know what? I just want an opportunity. I just want a day. I want a green card. I want a visa. Like, I think the most important thing is for us to take advantage of this opportunity we have right now in this timeline, like on this story, because like we're all being the authors right now. You know, like like, and then also changing our vocabulary on like what we think is actual work. Like DMX said, to live is to suffer. But to suffer is to find meaning, right? It was something along those lines. I don't want to misquote him, but that part, and I'm slipping. It was like to find meaning in the struggle, or to find meaning in the suffering. Like if you got a family and you feel like you're working a job to provide for this family, you're not struggling. You're not struggling. You feel what I'm saying? Like we got the tools, like we got the community, we got the people, we got the resources, we got the whole world in our hands. Like it's right there. Like I just tapped into a whole conversation. I don't even know where any of y'all are.
Hey, can I say something real quick? That's funny you said that. And I'm glad you said that, because what I do and what we're supposed to be doing is guarding, right? We're the watchmen, right? My job is to watch over this building. I'm not working, but I'm watching the building. I'm supposed to be doing that, period, as a servant of Yah. So, like you said, what I'm doing is not literally working, but I'm working. You know what I mean? So, I had to talk to Memorial about it, because I was like, man, we ain't got these people to cover this, and I'm working on the Shabbat. He was like, look, man, we're not in the land, and you got to understand that if you're being a servant of Yah and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, the Father understands. You know what I'm saying? If you're not doing that and not out of the ordinary, you know what I'm saying, sinning against the word or whatnot, you know what I mean? It's like he understands, because we're in captivity. You know, you're still a servant of Yah, even though you're at work. You know what I mean? So I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, if you feel like you have a bad job, then you also have to say, like, you put yourself in this position, because no one forced you to get this job. There's millions and billions of jobs out there. Like, if you can't, if you don't understand how money works, then you will be enslaved to it. If someone can put a price tag on cow's poop and call it manure, and turn around and say it's fertilizer, you cannot tell me that you can't think of a creative way to make income. It does come from the story we were told about money, right? It's definitely told about the story we told. Like, we think money is something to be chased, right? But really, money comes where there's value.
Right. Okay.
You know, like I'm just saying, like, money comes to where there's value. So
Right.
let's think of skills that we can develop, right? Maybe, you have a really good throat where you're talking a lot. Let's put something on that. Let's see how we can add value to people where they pay to be in the spaces. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you're trying to make a big profit, but I'm just saying, like, you got to think, like, you really got to think, how can I multiply this place? And I talk to so many people, because I'm in finance. So many people tell me all the time, like, that's not good. Like, you don't need to be around money. Money is the root of all evil. I'm like, no, the lack of understanding of what you can do out here is the root of all evil. Like, if you look at money and say it's all this, all that, it's actually 80% cotton. You're still picking cotton.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's it's really the equivalent of us saying, this pen, some people say this pen is pointless. Well, you go back a couple thousand years, they would say, oh my goodness, that is royalty to have a pen. It's our perspective. So I'm just saying, like, how we speak to ourselves, how we speak to y'all, how we speak to our children, how we speak to our loved ones, how we speak to the things we interact with. Honestly, how we speak to our heart. This language, and the last thing I want to say this is you're right, Duda. Like, why should you have to speak to Yah if he's all knowing and all understanding? It's more or less like people understand different languages. You feel what I'm saying? Some people understand English language, some people understand Hebrew language, some people understand Spanish, some people understand, but to not look at it for what we were told in the Bible. Most of the people in this land is what came from a Christian background. They say every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess. You could take that and put that in any platform, right? Change any name of the religion, but it still says every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess. Your tongue, the speak of using your mouth to say, you know what? You're right. Or you know what? I need this. Or you know what? This is mine. Or you know what? You're right. Like, once again, it's all those things, but just saying with your own words what you want, you declaring the clean it, or you apologize it. But it's just, you have to speak those languages to get a better acknowledgement. You have to acknowledge it. That way you can move forward through your own self. Because you could be like, I'm a know-it-all. Nah, bro, I don't know it. I don't know it. The wise man knew he knew nothing. I don't know it. I'm just telling you, I'm experiencing and being exposed to the same information. But tomorrow, it could be a whole different thing, bro. I'm just saying, we just need to change our personal language and just be more confident. You feel what I'm saying? Just be more confident on who we are. Like, the materials that we wear, this is great, but how does it serve? Yeah. Does it reflect? Are you wearing Gucci to keep up with the Joneses? Because Gucci's Gucci. They good.
I want to say something.
Peace.
For being on that whole group, for what I brought up about why should I have to tell the Father if he all knowing? I was leaning to my own understanding, or maybe I was just digging what goal ain't it. But we made in his image, right? So just like how we get busy sometimes, and somebody may be like, "Hey, you remember you said it?" I sure did. So it the whole time being on the group, it made me feel like I'm more relatable to him, and he more like me than I understand. And you know what I'm saying? It made me feel more relatable to him because he's so busy controlling everything else. So he might be like, "Oh yeah, I did say that." Just like how we'll get busy in the world and be like, "You know what? I did say I'm gonna do that. My bad." Yeah. So it just made me feel just being on thinking about it the whole time. It made me feel more relatable to him than me coming in the first instance being like, "Well, he should know it." I
And
was wrong earlier.
as
listen, bro.
duty, at the same time, speaking those things into existence too, because your words, the rock, the breath, you're speaking. So whatever you speak and whatever man think of, that's who he is. And what he said, shoot, I got lost her.
He said,
Go ahead.
I was just going to, life and death is in the power of the tongue.
Right there. That's it.
You know what? Hey, hitting on what y'all just said, I was just about to read this, and y'all kind of hit on the subject. Look, the beginning of every substance is thought. Before substance can be manifested, there must be thought. Thought is spirit, the unseen, but it does not remain unseen. The thoughts of a man are soon revealed in the substance of deeds which follow those thoughts.
What's them fruits like? How did that fruit taste?
Right.
How that fruit taste? You will know a person by their fruit. You will know them by their fruit. What is your fruit like? How you speak to anything is how you speak to yourself. Because it's like, you know, a great representation I was given. If you squeeze an orange, what comes out of it?
Orange juice.
Right. So if you take a person and you squeeze them, like you listen to what they say, what comes out of it?
Whatever's hard.
Right.
What'd you say?
Exactly.
What you say?
I don't know. I probably heard that wrong. You said you squeeze somebody, what come out on?
Like, let's not think literally, okay? Let's think like you just give someone you get in the space, you get in the space to talk, right?
Oh yeah.
What comes out of them?
Okay.
Interrogating somebody, exactly. Oh, interrogating,
Basically,
right?
what you just read, they thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
What's that
You know,
verse? Man speak out of the abundance of his heart.
Mm. Make daddy bringing it out, boy. Man, communication, bro. We might need to read.
Man.
Might need to read 1 Peter in the Book of James. Hey, you know what, y'all? Listen, bro. I so hate to say it, bro. We finna get ready to slow that train down because we got to pick it up tomorrow. Can't count.
Yeah, we didn't even get into what we were supposed to get into, but that's okay.
We kind of did. You and Azed be tripping, bro.
No, you did not get into what you was originally. We started talking about other stuff, but I said it's okay because that's just the Ruach, like guiding the conversation. It's all right.
But what were we supposed to get into that we didn't touch on so we can know what we're gonna pick up on tomorrow?
Well, I mean, we was getting into the fullness of what dehumanization and desensitization is. But just to bring the awareness of the fullness of it. But what we did tonight is still acceptable because we were still brushing on it, man. I was trying to get at it from a lens of from the lens of if we know dehumanization is a thing, how do we counter that? The role of Israel is to counter that, right? You know what I'm saying? And so that's the lens I was coming at it. So we was brushing on it, you know what I'm saying? But I would probably want to get deeper into the dehumanization side, the awareness of it.
Okay.
But you know, go ahead.
I said, like you said, we pretty much kind of discussed it in the topic of everyone, sharpening each other or whatnot. That's
But yeah, but get what? That ain't the depths of what I know what Iris saying. And
yeah.
Like Slick, I just got out of work and I ain't even got some of the books that I wanted to show y'all to go into the depths of dehumanization. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about all the way down to the fall of Adam, the fall of mankind from the fallen angel. Bro, wasn't too fast, boy. Hold on now.
You know what? I'm gonna try to get Amanda. AJ, you good?
Oh, boy.
Oh shit, my bad.
You good, cuz?
Damn.
I said, damn, what going on, G? Yeah.
What's wrong with him?
I don't know. Oh, I see. Man, cuz came up, opened up my gas tank, bro, and get the pumping gas.
You should have let him.
I know. Nah, it wasn't they gonna come out. I say, what word going on, bro? I ain't even got my 5 liter. Hold on. Hey, but listen, bro, listen. I was, whenever we get the chance, bro, we're gonna touch on the subject of the fullness of dehumanization, bro. I'm talking about because it's something once you become aware of it, bro. It's just like behold a pale horse. I know some of y'all know what that book is, man. Some of y'all got uncles that been to prison and they got out of prison. They been told you about their book. Anyway, yeah, we gonna hit on that, and we gonna sock it to it, man. You feel me? But hold on. Before I get out of here, I just want to show y'all something real quick. It's a law in the general sense, governs all things in the universe and upon the earth. There is a law that governs man in his relationship to rushing waters. You do not jump into rushing waters because they will sweep you away. There are laws governing man and fire, man and cold, man's body and woman's body. These are God's laws for nature. No man can deny or circumvent these laws and live. Right? Man's attitude of hostility must change to submission unto Elohim, his maker. You must be in the image of Elohim or God-like, which will cause you to like the things liked by God. You will also begin to think like Elohim. For as sons, we must set our goals to walk like our Father, talk just like our Father. As a matter of fact, when one sees the Son, one should see the Father. For we look just like our Father, man. Listen, bro. The only thing about that's from a mental and a spiritual perspective. Even on a physical perspective, our image was changed. We talked about this before, and I want to say this right before I get off here, bro. We talked about what that image looked like. You know what I'm saying? From a DNA standpoint, from a molecular standpoint, from an anatomical standpoint. Now, let me share my screen real quick. If anybody, y'all got my number, don't text me nothing crazy when I share my screen, bro. Hold on. Let me find, okay. Maybe I ain't got it in my phone. But anyway, I'll show it to y'all tomorrow. I'm finna just hit on it. All right, stop all that. Listen, bro. On a molecular, anatomical, just a physiological thing, bro. The image also, we can see that Yod Hey Wah Hey, that 10565 encoded into our DNA. A lot of y'all know that. You got 4 amino acids that make up the structure of the double helix of your DNA. And I want to show y'all the imagery and the illustration behind it so you can have it digested into your body. I mean, into your mental body. Adenine, guanine, thymine, and cytosine is the 4 amino acids in your DNA. But guess what? They are held together by a sulfuric bond. 10565 is the code that's within your DNA. And in gematria and in numbers, our alphabet is numbered. You know what I'm saying? So this 10565 is Yod Hey Wah Hey, which is inside of your body. So this image being corrupted, your DNA inside of all your cells have been corrupted ever since the beginning, but especially by way of GMO foods, especially by way of the environments that we in, the environments that we create for our body. This is the high technology of the fallen angels, the fallen angels and these ancient aliens that try to plot and twist on us to change us from being human to being transhuman, robotic AI demons. You see what I'm saying? So this is how far dehumanization go. When we start looking at quantum physics, quantum mechanics, when we start looking at even down to people like Francis Collins, we're gonna go into some scholarship and show some scholars what they've been saying. But yeah, we're gonna touch on it. Somebody pray us about this thing, bro.
I got you.
Hey, AJ.
Yes, sir.
Before everybody get up after we pray, or you want me to say it now?
Say it.
Oh, I was just gonna tell everybody that's gonna come camp tomorrow. Everybody I guess can do an individual study if they want to, or make on the Zoom. But I was gonna say 5:00. Y'all think that's a good time?
About 5 p.m.
Yeah, cause I don't know if anybody had any plans before then, or if anybody suggests anything differently.
I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm gonna test you, Yasa.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, Nisha, we camping at Yasa house by the mountains. Now, but we finna go and get into that prayer, beseech the Most High. You see what I'm saying? But let me do the Aharonic blessing on y'all real quick. The Burkat Kohonim. We're gonna face Jerusalem for the land where he put his name at. Yavareka Yahuwah Vishmereka. Yae Wapana Veleka Vihuneka. Yesaya Yahuwah Pana Veleka Viasem Leka. Shalom, and the Most High bless you, keep you, shine a light upon you, lift your countenance upon you, be gracious to you, give you peace and munah. Hallelujah. Go ahead, 12:30.
Our Yahuwah, our Father who is in the heavens, Set apart is your name. Allow your kingdom to come, your will be done on earth as it is in the heavens. Our who we ask you to give us this day our daily bread and forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into trial, but deliver us from the wicked one. For yours is the kingdom, power, and the glory forever. Our who we thank you. We honor you for everything that you're doing. We thank you for your love, your grace, and your mercy that you bestowed upon us, Father. We honor you for all that you're doing and all that you're going to do, Father. We ask that you cover us, Father, as we rest. Watch over us as we dream, Father. We ask that you, Father, that your will be done in our lives, Father. Allow us not to stagger or to stumble over anything, but Father, to seek you and to encourage each other and continue to keep each other in prayer. We thank you. We give you all the honor and all the glory. In Yeshua HaMashiach name we pray. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Yes, sir.
Shalom, y'all. I appreciate all of y'all.
Hey, we were turned up for real.
Oh, definitely.
All right, y'all. Big old peace, man. Shalom.
All right.